All right, listen, I got good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. If you're just joining us, a very busy morning. We got Rich Voss in studio. Joe Rogan's about to join us from, of course, Fear Factor and Ultimate Fighting. Does a great job with the Ultimate Fighting thing. And just a great friend of the show. Yeah, you can bring Joe in.
Sure. Where's Joe going to sit?
Our phone number.
Jimmy's lap.
He's got to sit over there.
Yeah, wherever he wants.
We also have the band Jet coming in to perform in about an hour. Our phone number, 1-866-313-FREE. That's 1-866-313-FREE. A little distracted now. Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy?
There he is.
Oh, I know you. Oh. Are you the one that did the video of the illegal aliens?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Is he going to ignore me? I'm talking to you, sir. I'm talking to you, sir.
He's doing the room.
You did the Klansman video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the greatest. The Klan video and all the black neighborhoods. He had the Klan outfit on.
Yeah,
pumping gas in a black neighborhood wearing a Klan outfit.
Yeah, Joe, what's your friend's name again? Ari, right?
Ari.
Yeah. Ari?
Oh, God. You remember that?
Hysterical.
You never saw that?
You ever see the one when he picked up the immigrants?
Yeah.
He picks them all up.
That's the one I was
famous,
asking
yeah.
to his face. We're talking about the amazing racist, Joe's friend Ari.
Yeah.
I saw the where you pick up the illegal immigrants to work, the day workers.
Yeah, saw that one. Great, man.
These videos are all over the internet.
Those videos kept him from coming on the Maxim tour. The Maxim
That's
and
right.
Bud Light wouldn't let him come on the tour with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They said it was just too offensive.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
congrats.
Did Bud Light mention what their product causes people to do behind the wheel of a car?
Nothing.
Hey,
Wonderful.
hey.
It's a wonderful, wonderful. We love it.
Hey,
I love Bud
Tom's
Light.
going to bring you to the corner next,
It makes
Jimmy.
you drive better.
Tom Chiusano's going to have a little conversation with you in the corner next break.
Sponsor, sorry. Miller Light's bad.
There you
Bud
go.
Light, you have great judgment. Miller
They're
Lite.
all wonderful.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What is our
Near
goal?
beer.
What is our goal? To have every member of the show have a conversation in the corner with Tom Chiusano?
You know what?
Jimmy?
You know what? You want to bash something? Meisterbrow.
There you go. It's all.
That's right.
It's
Heff and Reffer.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, you got to explain.
Milwaukee's best.
Hold on. You got to explain the video because we're just talking about this video, but there's a lot of people listening that have never seen this video. So explain what you did with the illegal,
It
immigrants.
is me. Are we in?
Yeah.
We're in FM now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me messing with ethnic people. So
Day workers. Yeah, we see them on every corner in America at this point. You know, they just hang out waiting to get work for the day.
Yeah.
And you come by with a pickup truck and you pick up a bunch of them.
I get in, I drive over some speed bumps, and
You'll
just have
flying.
some fun for a little while, and then one of the guys are fixing my deck. And then I drove to INS building and just started blowing a whistle, yelling, "Let me grow, let me grow."
Immigration Naturalization
Yeah.
Services. So they
And
thought.
they scattered like cockroaches.
Migre.
Oh, they freak out the
They
video.
ran out. That was on the news, and the reporters, the same reporters who report, murders and child abduction and just horrific crimes, were actually looking like, this isn't funny. What you're about to see is horrid. But, they'll show a dead body or this, that. But that was over the line for them.
Dude, you made the news.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't know.
It was so funny. Because then they showed the clip. Of course they did.
I love when people have to say, "This isn't funny." What you're about to watch.
Yeah, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
What you're about to watch when we play it 20 times here on the news.
If I'm laughing, it's funny. Who
Right.
do you say what's funny?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like when Kramer was on Letterman,
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld told the audience, "Stop laughing."
Yeah,
It's
stop
not funny."
laughing.
What are you talking about? I'm laughing. It is funny.
And did you hear how
Don't
low?
tell me what's funny.
I've watched that clip too many times, and the way Jerry goes, "No, stop laughing." It's like he even knows, all right, I know you got to laugh at this, but could you please for a second not?
And it's the first time anybody has laughed at Michael Richards since he walked off the set of that show. Right. No one cares about it on stage. Take your conceptual dreck and shoot
And
it
don't be
aside.
mistaken, Jerry Seinfeld's laughing really hard in his own head.
Oh, now he's laughing, too, now that Season 7 is selling 75% more than Season 6 sold.
Really? Because of
75%
this?
because of the boycott.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Why don't
wouldn't it
people
be
understand that? If people are outraged and boycott, and this has been on the news, and then the DVD comes out, you couldn't ask for that. If it wasn't what it was, you'd almost think they planned that.
Yeah.
It was perfectly executed. The timing was perfect. There he is on Letterman, with Seinfeld apologizing as Seinfeld is plugging his brand new DVDs. It's brilliant.
Our friend Brent was over at the Laugh Factory when it was happening. He came running back over to the Comedy Store. It's right down the street. And he was like, whoa, it got crazy. And we were like, Michael, I mean, he had been on at the Comedy Store just like an hour before, and he killed. It was going crazy.
One of those weird sets.
Yeah, screaming. And did you see it? Did you see a set?
No, Jeff told me.
Wait, so before the Laugh Factory is at the Comedy Store?
Yeah, he went to the Comedy Store
only
just
a couple miles
an
apart.
Hour before. Yeah, not even a mile maybe.
One.
Yeah.
And is he a yelling guy? Is that his act?
Well,
I can't tell.
We think he might have been on some sort of a substance.
Yeah.
That causes you to be aggressive and confident.
Right. Was he yelling the N-word?
Aggressive and confident, okay.
Was he yelling the N-word at...
No.
At the Comedy Store?
But he was being really loud and animated, and he had some hot little bimbo with him, and then he ran out down the street and tried it over there, and it didn't work.
Oops.
He had a chick with him? You know what? That explains something, because if his girl saw him bombing, we've all bombed in front of a broad before, it's humiliating, and saw him being emasculated by that table, that might explain why he went so crazy, because he had a broad with him. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Maybe she told him a little secret about her past on the way from point A to point B. I want to tell you guys how I lost my virginity.
State football team.
You never go on stage, gents. Jamie said if you say the N-word, you get fined there.
Buddy, I find you. I take the money away from you, buddy.
So
buddy, you can't do this at my place.
There goes your Sunday show right out the window. The Urban Show. What are they going to do?
Is that what he's saying? He's finding people now?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
he's banned the word from the Laugh Factory.
Somebody needs to duct tape Jamie and tell him to stop.
He called me yesterday. I don't know what he wanted. So
buddy, I got to talk to you.
Yeah, we're trying to get him on the
crazy.
on the
I find people, when they use that word, I say, that's fine. I don't really have a problem with it.
I actually sided with him. Because I don't work the club, only because I think he's afraid of getting his club burned down. He's out there. I don't think it's a reaction like a PC reaction. I think it's like, well, if I don't do this,
self-preservation.
Somebody is going to take a shot at somebody.
I got hate email over it. Somebody thought it was me.
How'd you do?
Some black dude thought it was me.
I thought it was you.
Why?
Rogan.
You are the furthest person apart. You are on opposite ends of the spectrum.
But I'm white.
Oh, okay.
So you can't
Every white comic got like hate mail.
Right.
Hey, I saw what you did.
He sent me
The
this
Laugh Factory.
crazy hate mail saying you're the N-word and this and that, and then I sent him, I go, is that a good thing? With a question mark, and then he sent me back, and are you that guy that did that? I go, no.
The whole
And he goes, sorry.
Jackass. and then you wrote back and called him an N.
No.
Anyway.
The whole
I
good
said, you
thing
have a
about
good
this-
day, sir.
The whole good thing about this whole incident, it might put Lisa Lampanelli out of work. That's what I'm saying.
How nice would that be if she's just 5 minutes and they say get off stage? All right, no more chink spook. Nothing else that, no other groundbreaking.
Why, did she use that word?
Oh, I don't know.
my
She's
God.
fresh, though, Joe. I don't get tangled up with her. I don't need that kind of controversy.
When one doesn't have something in her mouth, she uses it.
I'll say one thing for Lisa, though. She does take her act home with her. I mean, she doesn't just walk out of the club and all of a sudden start talking to her peers. It's right in the car with one of them. Blah, 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 blah. Did you hear what I said? Blah, 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 blah.
Joe Rogan playing Caroline's here in New York City all weekend long. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Joe.
See.
All right, very good. We got Danny DeVito audio we got to get to. You hear what Danny did last night?
Danny
we
lost
were
his
watching
mind.
it. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Like, he was obviously drunk.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, talking about, hey, let me tell you about a gay experience I had last night. He wasn't completely out of his mind. He was drunk. It was a little early in the morning to be drunk, but apparently he pulled an all-nighter with, who was he hanging out with?
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
The sexiest man of the year.
Wow. And he's hanging out with him. He goes on The View. He's still tipsy. And he was babbling about his movie and George Bush.
Wasn't that bad.
And Barbara Walters is sitting there just looking at him all nervous and they're bleeping out words that he's saying that I read that was just ridiculous. It's
Numb.
Yeah, I think they might dump it here.
No.
It's a word that means stupid. It has no sexual meaning whatsoever when you say, hey, numbnuts. Now let's wait and see what happens. Let's see what cooks, what simmers.
Ow.
Hey, Al, did you dump out of that one, Al?
Did you decide to dump out on that Al?
Okay, Al.
Did you hear the fact that when you said it, I went, no, like I'm somebody's grandfather.
Yeah,
What's wrong with me?
shake your fist at children on the lawn and shut
There's
up.
a lot of expressions like that, like blew his wad. That's a gambling term.
Right.
You know, that's about a wad of
It's a wad of cash.
There's nothing to do.
Just keep it there. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a wad of cash.
Joe knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, we got a thumbs up on that one. Okay.
Unlike other people in the studio
That have no
that
clue.
have to over-explain things.
Rich the Dump Voss.
Rich.
We could sit there and just artistically maneuver our way around a subject so the listener gets a picture in their head about exactly what we're talking about.
We're like black ninjas. We're moving and...
Yeah, moving, just making sure. Now the people know what we're talking about. Everything's fine. And he'll just go, oh, her pussy? and you're like, Rich, I just spent like 15 minutes painting this picture, and he drops like the P-bomb.
I know what you're talking about.
I got the best Voss story ever in regards to words you're not supposed to use. We were at Dangerfields once, and this was, what was it, like 12 years ago or something like that? And we were downstairs, and he tells this joke, and I go, dude, tell that joke on stage, please. He goes, oh, I can't tell on stage. So he goes up on stage. The joke is, he goes, before she dated Mike Tyson, Robin Givens dated, what is it, Eddie Murphy? Go ahead, tell the joke.
She dated Eddie Murphy, Michael Jordan. Is it me or is she a N lover?
And the audience just stares at him. They just stare at him. All you hear is me over by the bar laughing my ass off. Oh. Never forget that.
All right. That is funny.
He was killing. He was killing up until that moment. They just decided to throw it in there.
I don't know what Al dumped out, but basically, yeah.
I think he's fine with that.
We'll skate all around, and then Voss will bring it over the top and explain what we were...
Voss will just blatantly throw the word out that we were trying to finesse around.
Right, so everyone would stay on the same page.
Never
so
failed.
ridiculous. Grown adults, and you have to skirt around words. How ridiculous does it seem to you guys after doing the XM show for a long time?
Yeah, it's one of those
an
things
adjustment.
where it's like...
Hence the conversation I just had in the corner with Tom Chiasano.
Right. I thought he was going to ask...
I was just taken to a corner there, Joe.
I thought he was going to ask to kiss your feet 50 times.
You could have taught me a couple moves to get me out of that one. By the way, they dumped out of that word, Ant. Yes.
I know they dumped out of that.
I know. And it's too bad because you got a huge laugh. That's why I want to re-explain it that, we skate and maneuver and then Voss will take it over the top.
Blurt out the word.
And wreck everything.
It was a part of the female anatomy. I just blurted out that isn't a friendly word.
Kitty cat.
Right. Or a kitty cat.
You can say it that way, right?
Exactly.
You can say,
Joe.
Can't you say like someone's being one?
Yeah, you can say that.
Cat? Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, but now because of what we just did before,
you can't.
Now we can't.
Now we can't
until later when we change subjects, perhaps.
This is very complicated, Joe.
It is so complicated.
I'd rather go eat some worms or something.
It's so hilarious.
Yeah,
you still have to do this. 2006, and that hasn't changed.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
that was the point I was making. But
horse femur marrow or something.
But I made my point too well, and hence the conversation I had to have in a corner.
Was it a scolding?
Nice.
It didn't seem like a scolding.
It was a little bit. I didn't see him wagging his finger at you. It was a little scolding.
It would have been so funny. I'd said to Ant, like, if he took you over in the corner and just tried to make out with you. Totally disconnected.
Listen, you want to keep your job, right? You want to keep your job? Come here.
He's leaning in the whisper and
put your tongue out a little bit. I'm just going to touch
a nuzzle.
What are you doing?
Grabs you around the waist and the back of your head.
Yeah. We started the show by showing some passion for what we do. And why do they always pick me out, man? You were agreeing with what I was saying.
I'm likable.
That's the truth, Joe. Because Ant's right with me. He's right with me, but Tom said, I want to talk to you. Not I want to talk to you guys.
What was the subject?
Just...
let's just say it was... the differences between two mediums. That's all.
Okay.
I think that pretty much spells it out.
And something about making his job tougher. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we'll continue at 11 o'clock today.
And I had just got done conveying my fantastic experiences I had with Mac
the
night before. So
everyone loves Anthony.
Ugh.
I'm lovable.
You certainly are.
Except my neighbors.
All right, Joe Rogan at Caroline's all weekend long. We got your videos up on our website, so people can check it out. Ari, right?
Ari.
What's your last name again?
Shafir.
Yeah, right on. His amazing racist videos are up on opieandanthony.com. He's a Jew.
I had to say it.
We also have Jed performing today. When we get back, because we just don't have time to start it, the drunk Danny DeVito from The View.
Yeah.
Right after the break. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's Friday, Saturday.
Memories. Which
I've
governor?
been to
That place in forever.
There's only one now, I think.
Yeah. Okay, the number's 516-731-3358. They closed it. This is in Levittown.
The one that was in the Montauk Lighthouse. I guess they closed that one down. Jesus Christ. Could you put one out further out east?
Is that what the deal was?
Jesus.
You had to take a
You could see the lights of England when you left the club. Enough. You could drive out to Medford, Long Island.
And we got Joe Rogan in studio with his friend Ari, who's the amazing racist.
What's going on, guys?
His videos are pretty impressive. They're up on opieandanthony.com.
He's a very funny comedian, too. He's opening for me in Carolina.
Yeah, obviously he's got a good sense of humor. Jesus. That whole thing, Jimmy was telling me, you did one where you were pumping gas in a Klan uniform.
Yeah, the Klan outfit on because I had to.
In a black neighborhood.
Yeah. The idea was that I ran out of money.
Didn't someone attack you that time?
Of course somebody attacked him.
What happened?
Homeless guy threw a bottle at us and broke the windshield. Because I asked him where the chicken places were.
You ass.
He's like an 80-year-old homeless guy. Hey, boy.
Oh, my God. Hey, boy.
Yeah. Where the chicken places? And he goes, oh, KKK? He looked like he remembered. That was the problem.
Yeah.
And I think one of his bottles.
It was a little too real for the guy.
Wow.
What'd you do at a mosque? Didn't you do something at a mosque?
Yeah, I went in there and tried to sell him stuff. I had my yarmulke on and tried to sell them like goods and services. I tried to sell them like Bic razors for their wives' beards and shaving cream, stuff like that.
Didn't you ask a chick something? Would you ask her if she had a bomb under her skirt or something like that?
Yeah. I tried lifting it up. I was like, what are you hiding under here? I think that's one of my favorite lines, actually. Like, nah, do what you want. I don't care.
And with a yarmulke, you can't look any more Jewish.
No, I'm the Jewiest guy I know.
You're like to the second power.
Yeah.
The ones where the curls go, he's a Jew.
All right, let's get to
I know you murderer.
Let's get to the Danny DeVito stuff. So we're saying it's not that big of a deal. All the morning shows here in New York, Good Morning America, Today Show.
Well, they're all picking up on it just for the fact that he was drunk on The View, and for some reason, that's an outrageous thing for Danny DeVito to do. Rosie was handling it well, Rosie was having fun with it.
Yeah.
Barbara was sitting there like an old frump, just worrying and cutting him off and, just worrying about her show. That's the kind of stuff that gets, it's all over into the shows. That's what you want.
How do you think Barbara got to the top, by the way? Because she's just awful.
I don't get it.
She was a serious.
Remember that girl that got fired from that show? What was her name? Melissa?
The blonde?
Yeah, the cute one.
Yeah.
She came on Fear Factor once. She was working for TV Guide, and she was telling horrible stories about working on that show.
Really?
It's horrible. She said Barbara Walters was an awful person, gave her a curfew and yelled at her.
Curfew?
You were out late. It makes us look bad. And she had a curfew. She had to come home at a certain time.
Oh,
She said Star Jones smelled like garbage, too. Like garbage. She said like dirty garbage.
At that point, she was probably rummaging through dumpsters, eating anything she could.
I did The View 3 times.
You did?
Did you really?
Yeah, 3 times.
What did you do on The View?
2 times I did Joy's Comedy Corner. And, they interview comics. You do your acting.
Right.
And then one time I went on as a celebrity judge because they couldn't get anybody and got to the V's. They wanted me to like trash. They wanted me to be like a Simon Cowell or something.
Oh, God.
And I was being nice, and they got mad because, you can't trash a little kid.
Right.
Yes, you can.
Sure you can.
Huh?
Of course you can.
If he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how one person has a successful thing, like, he picks on people, so then everybody wants to do that thing?
Has to do it.
It's
do the
called
Simon
Hollywood.
thing? Yeah.
Every one of the American Idol type shows has to have the guy with the English accent that berates people.
Yeah.
Smarmy.
Crazy.
Come on, all right, it works with him. It kind of comes off as, that's the type of guy he is.
Yeah.
Looks so phony on all the other shows.
Whenever there's a copycat, it's never quite as good.
Yeah,
as
never
the original
good.
thing they're trying to.
And have you noticed?
Xerox of a Xerox.
Have you noticed that Rosie is taking over The View?
Yeah.
I know this is the hen moment on the Opie and Anthony show. Like a bunch of fat wash women. We talk about Rosie and Barbara. But stupid Barbara is just an irrelevant old bag, and it's nice to see big dykey Rosie knocking her teeth in. It's nice to see it.
Yeah, I kind of like
it. Enjoys a comic. They're the only interesting ones on.
It's going to be her TV show eventually.
Good,
They'll rename it and everything. All right, Danny DeVito on The View yesterday.
Danny has been out partying all night with, tell them, I'm so jealous.
George.
Clooney.
Judge. Clooney.
How gross is that? Say Clooney, stupid.
Yeah.
Say the full name.
Well,
what are you doing?
Bombed.
Yeah.
George.
Bombed.
That's a gross thing, though, that celebrities do.
Yeah.
They only say the first name.
Or John
Black guys
Carson.
love doing it. I was hanging out with Eddie.
Yeah.
Would it be Murphy?
You know what was the worst was, and I remember this from watching Carson, The Tonight Show, when someone would say, it was me and, let me tell you a story about me and Chuck Heston. Chuck Heston?
The nickname.
Could you stop with the Chuck Heston?
We get it. You know him a little better than we do. We get it.
Yeah, a little better.
Gross.
Right.
You're talking to millions of people. Say the whole name.
Well, Danny, obviously you could hear in his voice, as my dad would say, he was 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, well.
That's what Dad would say.
He was hanging out with Clooney. You know he was just slamming him back going, oh, God, I'm a disaster compared to this guy.
Again, I'm the other guy.
When did Clooney
I'm a genetic freak. Get me another shot.
Danny DeVito. I just picture the shots, they're doing the shot scene from Dusk Till Dawn.
Right.
With DeVito sitting there, tipping the tequila upside down.
I bet Danny DeVito would be really fun to hang out with.
We tried getting him in here, but he didn't. We had him on the phone once. He was great. We wanted him in here so badly because
We'll let him drink.
He was even drunk. He's charismatic on that show. He's not a jerk at all.
All right, let's listen to the rest of this clip here.
I knew it was the last 7 limoncellos that was going to get me.
Yes, exactly. Have you been to sleep yet?
Not
really.
Don't
do it now.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait a while.
Wait a couple of minutes.
Everybody's having fun and laughing, and that rotten old sucked-in face bag of meat is probably just sitting there wishing she was on 2020 again.
She was sitting there looking at him like, how dare you come to my show in this condition? How dare you?
You know, it's supposed to be kind of an edgy show for housewives, sure.
Edgy.
It's a lot different than 2020 or any of those other crappy shows, right? But she doesn't understand.
Wouldn't use edgy, though.
It's edgy for housewives.
Edgy as a tapered tampon. Not much of an edge.
Think that's going to get beeped?
Ow.
Ow. What'd you think of that one? Ow.
Was that okay? Was that FCC friendly? Ow.
Something about tapered, just...
Yeah,
that's way harsher than some of the other words.
Yeah, it's just tapered.
All right, here's more drunk Danny DeVito.
We've all seen him in that little waste paper basket next to the toilet.
They're not tapered when they're done, are they? Fat red beach balls.
Ew, it's blood. He's talking about,
there you go.
Oh, beep it.
Yeah, well, he did now, Joe. Thanks. You just did a Voss on us.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
It's
say
impossible to...
a body fluid, but I could say I have a bloody nose.
Yeah, of course.
But now that you said that, that's dumb, too, because...
A bloody nose?
Yeah, stop!
No, you can say...
No,
you
come
can say
on.
that.
I know how he works, though.
Yeah, but you can say
Now
that.
saying that brings us back to what
No, but
we're trying
that's
to get away with.
That's so innocent.
This is making my
That's
blood boil.
fine.
You know what? So is the other thing, because there was no placement mentioned, nothing mentioned.
Yeah.
I think it all went
everything's
through.
fine. It's good.
All right, let's...
I think we're good here.
Yeah.
Let's get back to drunk Danny DeVito on The View.
I would ask about your house.
Now, my White House.
Wedding anniversary.
I do, but let me get the White House was the White House was like great. You get the Lincoln bedroom.
Yeah.
It's the Lincoln. Yes.
You slept there?
Slept
With
in
Rhea?
the Lincoln bedroom with Rhea.
No way.
Yes, we got there. We went in and we made it our business.
Good.
This is gross.
To really wreck the joint.
Yeah.
I mean, every place in that bedroom was
Utilized.
utilized.
There you go, Danny. Utilized. That's the word.
What?
That's a lie.
That's a hell of a
He's
visual.
not banging her anymore. That's a
No
lie.
way. No way.
I bet they did it once.
You think so?
Yeah.
In the Lincoln bedroom?
Yeah.
You would.
But not
You would
every
have
place
to.
in there.
Really?
Yeah,
No
I think
way
you'd
he
have
gets
to.
it.
Just to say you did.
Yeah.
But well, I don't know.
Who
I
knew
would
that
think I'd
Rhea?
be filmed.
Who knew that Rhea was a 3-candle girl?
But now, how come people aren't going to jump on him, or are they, about disrespecting the White House?
Well, his wife.
Like that? Yeah, well, that's true.
That's
okay.
for God.
Well, a lot
Yeah,
of
but the
people
Lincoln
are-
bedroom.
A lot of people are mad at Lincoln for that decision.
I figure he might as well do it in Lincoln's bedroom. That's what Lincoln did to the country.
Oh my goodness! And Ari's the amazing racer.
Yeah, there you go. So far, not that bad, though, right?
No, you could hear him slurring. You definitely hear him slurring, but
He's just having a good time.
yeah.
It's more interesting than the usual dumb celebrity interview.
I think their idea of drunk is he's
A lot different than ours.
He looked like he was 2 hours sober too. Like he hadn't had anything for a couple hours, and he was coming up.
No, now Steve-O on what was it, Corolla?
Yeah.
Corolla's show.
Oh, yeah.
Now that was drunk and drugged out or whatever it was.
What'd he
That
say?
was.
I might have the clip. I'll strangle you.
I'm gonna like he's threatening his life in one breath and then saying how much he loves him in another, and he meant it. Like that's how gone he was.
Yeah.
Could you see like that type of drunk on The View?
how great would it have been to get the Mel Gibson tape? How awesome would that have been?
Him getting arrested with all the
It's
slurs.
somewhere.
Screaming at the Jews.
It's somewhere.
That must have been so good.
It's somewhere. Someone's got it. It's got to get on YouTube.
He will pay. He will pay $1 million or more to get that destroyed.
Hey.
More than $1 million, man.
Even
More.
even Lucas couldn't get rid of the Christmas special, the Star Wars Christmas special.
yeah.
Yeah,
he
That's
tried.
still out.
Hey,
Still out there.
here's the Steve-O clip, Ant.
I'm about to strangle you out of your own consciousness.
Wow.
That's drunk.
Now that's hammered.
Danny DeVito just had,
Couple of drinks.
couple drinks. This is
The night
I'm
before.
about to strangle you out of your own consciousness.
That sounds like Tippy Tom.
Steve-O is the real deal, man.
Absolutely.
Doesn't he have all of Angelina Jolie's tattoos? Like when she gets one, he gets the same tattoo.
Does he really?
Yes.
Steve-O's a funny guy. He's a weird guy.
Oh, he is.
That was the funniest thing I've ever heard. He got Billy Bob tattooed on his arm, the whole deal. The Thai Buddha stuff on his back.
One of the best was when they were off-roading and he was getting the tattoo of a happy face on his arm, and it just came out like a blob because they were going over whoop-de-doos and bumps in a four-wheel drive vehicle as he was getting a tattoo.
Yeah, with Henry Rollins driving.
Yeah, Henry Rollins was driving. It was just a wreck on his arm.
All right, more Danny DeVito audio. So far, who cares?
He is. His two daughters see that he cannot see. His house is the only one on the block.
Okay,
Here he is describing his new movie. Because now Barbara, here's what happened. He really started bashing Bush and talking about having sex in the White House. And I think Barbara saw that was going to be controversial. Like people are going to go, hey, this guy's disrespecting the White House or whatever. Barbara immediately changed gears and goes, why don't we talk about your movie? Like chops him off, talk about your movie. So he starts talking about the movie and just... I think he started at the credits and wanted to end at the end credits and talk about the entire movie. He didn't shut up. Just babbling, like me right now.
But you were so into it, too. And then
set
Babs
up.
says...
there was a point in there somewhere.
Yeah, try to find it.
His two daughters see that he cannot see. His house is the only one on the block. He can't see from space.
Yeah.
You know how you can look at the thing?
Google Earth.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
look at it.
Yeah.
And he sees the neighbor's house. Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
It's all like really nice and white and this and that. My house looks like it's like, ugly.
Yeah.
So I get an idea to put, and it's Christmas time, holiday season. I get the idea to put the lights on, and I put every available light from the town, from the next town, from the next town. I find horses. I put them in front of the house.
The whole movie. Because everybody wanted to see it. Yeah.
He's giving away the big secret.
Yeah.
You mean the crazy Christmas movie where the neighbors fight and the lights go on? Ooh, sounds good.
Don't tell the whole movie. You're giving away the secret.
I bet at the end they get together and everything's fine.
It's true. I bet it works out well.
Yeah, they realize the spirit of Christmas is what it's all about, and ugh.
Either that or maybe Santa's arrested in a crib doing something he shouldn't be doing.
When was the last time a movie threw you a real curveball?
6 Cents.
No, I think it was that boxing movie with the chick.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knew it was a comedy?
You know what? That threw me a curve. The Departed kind of. That was kind of a curveball. I'm not going to blow it, but the end was kind of a curveball. Yeah.
Yeah. Where they all stand around the cracker and Nicholson wins?
Yeah. Cracker. You're old school.
What, Rich Voss?
That golf movie, The Greatest Game Ever Played. I never really thought the amateur would win.
Why?
Wow.
Why?
If you saw the movie, you would understand. If you saw the movie, you'd
You're
understand.
the only person that saw that movie, and I love golf too.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's gotten to a point where I can't go see like an action movie or something like Batman, like when like they're headed towards the cliff and you know he's going to catch himself before he falls off the cliff. It's just insulting, you know.
At this point, right? Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, everything's been pretty much done in
There's
action
no
movies.
suspense. There's no suspense at all. I know he's going to be fine. I'm not even worried a little.
I had an argument with Aunt Bonnie. We went and saw James Bond. I go, it's not enough action in this movie. And she said it was. It was an action movie, but it wasn't real good action to me. Did you see it? Did you?
I have not seen the Bond movie.
You guys argued over James Bond? It's over, dude.
It's done. That's all they're doing now is nagging and ragging
You're like
each
Pam
other.
Anderson and Kid Rock. It's over,
Yeah.
You just find stuff to be hateful for.
About little things.
It's Pam Anderson and Dumb as a Rock.
That's what you guys talk about now?
What else? Walk out
This popcorn's too salty. No, it isn't. Shut up, bitch.
I liked his clothes. Well, I didn't think they were good at all.
I know, the big fight happens when I go, no, Sarah's funny. That's
Like Sarah Silverman? Oh, boy.
You don't like her, really?
no, it's just, you know,
Good for her.
Female comic.
She doesn't think Sarah's funny.
She thinks that she's the only funny comic, like every female comic.
Well, very
She
good.
thinks she's the only funny one.
Well, there's only like two.
That are funny, right?
That's a grind, man.
Yeah.
So was the Bond movie good?
It was all right. To me, it wasn't a lot of action like in Bond movies.
Would they have all that stupid dialogue and stuff?
At least the dude looks like a killer. That guy looks like Pierce Brosnan. Who's that guy killing?
He looks like he should be doing some UFC, right?
Yeah, that guy looks
Or
like
Roger
he's got
Moore.
scars in his face. Yeah, either
It's
one of those.
the worst.
Sean Connery's always the best.
Connery was great, and then this guy, just seems to make a pretty good Bond.
He looks right.
And I like the idea that they, updated it, and threw away all the old ones, and kind of just put him like this is him becoming James Bond.
that's a cool idea.
That's kind of a good idea
Well,
instead of just throwing another.
That's a new thing in Hollywood, too. They did that with the Batman movie.
Yeah, Batman begins that one.
Superman, they kind of did it.
How many times can they rehash the same crap? It's just amazing how few ideas there are out there.
Bring back Tank Girl.
Tank Girl, you like that one, huh?
Yeah.
Lori Petty.
I'll tell you one thing I can't get enough of, although they use the same stuff over and over, but they kind of do a good job of it in some movies, those goddamn zombies. I love zombie movies.
Zombie movies are fun. I had
That
a
one
zombie
with
dream the other night.
It was the remake. The Ving Rhames was in it and stuff. The was that Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. The other one, that was a pretty good movie.
Best one was 28 Days Later.
Yeah, there's another real good
That was a good
That
one.
was solid.
That was a good one.
Yep.
And you had no idea what was happening, too?
Yeah.
And they made that movie for like $50.
And when they can run,
Yeah.
you've added a whole new dimension to zombies.
Yeah.
I don't care. A zombie, I don't care. If you could outrun them, I'm fine.
Right.
I'm fine. You could sit there and taunt them, have fun with them.
Like Shaun of the
Shaun
Dead.
of the Dead, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Arguments as they were coming, like, hold on.
28 days later, they're sprinting. They're
They're
Lewis
running at you, yeah.
Yeah, with blood splattering out of their mouth.
Nothing
Oh,
scarier than
good.
running zombie.
There you go. There's something different.
It was a good. Did you see it? 28 Days
No,
Later?
no.
It's good.
I'm
Well,
gonna
it's
really
a
good.
disease.
I'm going to write it down. I'm going to check it out now.
These animal rights activists break into this chimpanzee research center, and they've got some crazy disease they're testing.
Yeah.
Some on
Rage,
chimps.
yeah.
And it gets out, and just this guy gets hit by a car, and he wakes up 28 days later from a coma. He doesn't even know the whole world is gone, and it's all just everyone's infected with this disease.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, really good movie.
It's a scary movie.
I'm actually doing a movie where it's me and a girl. We're assassins, and we have to go save the president and get the computer discs.
Those female assassins are awesome. When they do the spin kicks and their high heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
No, that one with Gina Davis wasn't a bad with her.
She makes a great president.
With her and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. What was that?
If one more action star jumps out a window and does that Matrix landing, where they put the leg out, one leg goes out, and the arm, stop with the Matrix landing.
Well,
Do you do that in your action movie, Jim?
Yeah, we have a whole scene though where we're like saying funny things to each other while we're fighting, like while we cook dinner. You know, and it's gonna be like a really good fight scene and stuff where she bails me out in the end. We gotta get the disc, the computer disc for the president to be saved. I don't want to give it away. It's good.
Microfilm.
Yeah, Russians get them.
Yeah.
Like a love scene. A love scene where you find sleep with her.
At the end, I realize she's a man. I accept it.
She's hot. Just don't tell anybody.
Yeah, she puts a chin print in my back.
Oh.
Here's the last.
So it's a documentary.
Here's the last clip of Danny DeVito on The View.
Honey, read that right there.
Right?
Just read this, Danny. Read it. Our thanks to Danny DeVito.
DeVito.
Go ahead.
Danny DeVito. Deck the Halls is in theaters now. We'll be right back with Thomas Gibson.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Make him read the cue cards.
It wasn't bad at all.
No, but on The View version
slurring.
of the world, he's the drunkest guy ever.
Right. Yeah.
And that toned down version of
It's a
America.
totally different world in that studio at that moment.
You know what he was actually doing 3 hours before? The drugs and the hookers he was...
No,
boozing with George.
Yeah.
Clooney to you guys.
They just had a couple of
Just had a few too many lemon, what is it?
Limoncello.
Well, you know,
It's a lemon liqueur. Who the hell drinks that?
all the people watching The View are a bunch of middle-aged ladies at home drinking and doing Valiums anyhow. They're all drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You think?
They're hot. I didn't know that, Rich.
Rich,
Yeah, that was a good observation. That
Could
we
be my
could've played
mom
off
watching
of.
that show, dude. My mom's not drunk.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
come on.
Chill.
You calling Joe Rogan's mom drunk?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Jesus.
the Valiums.
Chill.
I'm so angry.
All the Way May doesn't do Valium.
What's that?
All the Way May doesn't do Valium.
That's
All the
Opie's
way
aunt.
May.
His great aunt is actually all the way.
Oh, the
May.
one from the League
Yeah,
of
the
Their Own.
whore.
I heard you talking about
The
that.
whore from League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Was
Three-holer.
Madonna played
aunt.
my great aunt.
Wow.
In League of Their Own.
For real?
Yeah.
And Madonna wasn't able to whore it up as much as the real one did.
All right.
She's a nun now in her 90s, and all we do is talk about All the Way May and how she got that name. Probably why the boys were off fighting the war and the Negro League popped in. And they taught All the Way May a lesson.
Negro League.
Every one of them wound up getting the pink glove.
Well,
Good old All the Way May.
looks like I'm staying home this Christmas.
No.
Not going to the relative's
Not
house
gonna,
this year. Because I have to hear from some of the people in my
Hey.
family,
the family.
that don't like the radio show.
Why does the clubhouse smell like blood and copper?
All right.
It smells like pennies in here. All the Way May was on the bench.
I found a picture of All the Way May. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Oh, from the old days?
On the Post.
When she was a goer?
On the Post. Yeah, I think they do have a picture of her as a goer.
I remember years ago there was a girl named All the Way May. Me and a whole team.
That didn't get enough laughs. Pennies?
Yeah, pennies.
Oh, they're laughing out there, though. That's. Oh, yeah, we got to do that. Hey, Jet's going to still join the program. We got Rich Voss playing Governors this weekend.
Yep.
Friday and Saturday.
Saturday.
We got Joe Rogan playing Carolines this weekend here in New York
Tonight through
City.
Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And Ari, the amazing racist, will be warming up for Joe Rogan, right?
Holla.
and a funny comic.
Nice.
All right.
And Steve will be standing there in an effeminate manner. All right.
Leaning against the wall.
You're not going to believe what this leukemia kid is doing. This
Is that a tease? You're dying.
This is a terrific.
Oh, Jimmy.
Guessed.
Good
He is-
guess, but...
He has come up with a way to raise some money.
All right.
Oh.
That's right, it's the Opie and Anthony Show. Very, very busy morning today. Rich Voss in studio, Joe Rogan in studio, the amazing racist in studio. And I'm looking at Jed right behind you, Anthony.
Yep.
I love Jed. How are you guys?
Good.
They're men of their word, by the way. Or
Yeah.
men of their words. Because you guys were supposed to come in over the summer.
Yes.
We thought we were getting the big blow-off.
Is the mic on for him?
I got sick. I got laryngitis.
Yeah, we've heard, Ant and I have been doing radio and Jimmy for a very long time, and no offense to you guys, we've heard those excuses from bands and stuff, so we're like, oh, God, here comes the big blow-off. The lead singer's sick. And Steve's like, no, he really is sick. He's got a real problem, and they're promising they're going to come back, and here you are, so bravo. What was the problem?
Man of our words. Men of our words.
What was the problem, though? You had a throat thing going on?
I had laryngitis, and then it developed into throat nodules, which we ended up having to cancel about 3 weeks of.
Ow.
How does one get throat nodules?
It's like calluses. You get a callus on your vocal cords.
Jimmy?
From overwork.
But now, do you get rid of them? There's a couple ways to get rid of them. One is you could have them surgically removed or lasered, and one is you could just not talk for 6 months and they go away, right? Isn't that a way to do it too?
I caught them early on, and I just had to not talk for a few days, and just I had to steam my voice every day, like a few hours a day.
Yeah, your singing style definitely is like rough on the throat, right?
Yeah, it's just annoying, you know?
Yeah.
You got to stop smoking and stop drinking and stop eating spicy foods and pretty much everything that all the joys of life.
It was
all the fun stuff.
Because because it's just kind of it all happened at the very beginning of the second album, kind of like the tour and everything. So that was a big pain in the
the timing was bad for you guys.
For so long.
You guys had that massive debut. Massive, and then the second CD is called Shine On, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. And you guys, you want to play the single from Shine On, or?
We're gonna do 3 songs. Is that right?
All right. What do you want to do first?
We're gonna kick it off with the oldie but a goldie. How You Marry My Girl.
Oh yeah.
Now? Yeah, we go now,
yeah? We segue into the music very easily here, like a freight train.
Awkward silence, start.
Whenever you're ready.
Be my girl. Be my girl. Are you gonna be my girl?
Hey, come on, Jet. You're gonna be my girl.
Damn.
Nothing wrong with the voice there, sir. And it's early, too, right? It's early for you guys.
It is pretty early.
Yeah, it's rough to sing early, right? Man.
How are you guys on the road with the girls? I mean, you guys, I'm all looking at you're all young, handsome fellas. I mean, you got to be just animals on the road.
Handsome fellas.
I'm serious. We had Wayne Newton, and we figured he's not doing it anymore, but...
We get uglier as that goes on.
Huh? Doesn't matter, though, when you're rock stars, man. That's the beauty of being rock stars.
It's true.
A wise man once likened being in a band to it's like the male equivalent of having massive breasts.
That kind of works.
Plus the accent, the girls just...
It's better than that, because you can just have massive breasts and be a fat chick, and that's no good. It's way better than just having big breasts.
Right on.
Yeah, you ever lift a fat girl's breast? It smells like lamb underneath.
Jim's all about the smells today.
Yeah, right on. These guys are from Melbourne, by the way.
Okay.
Melbourne.
I say Melbourne.
Melbourne.
I'm a typical New Yorker. Melbourne. They're from Melbourne.
Typical American.
So the new CD's Shine On. You guys want to do one from that?
Yeah, we're going to do the title track off it now.
All right, here's Jed once again and Shine On the Opie and Anthony Show. There you have it from the new CD, Shine On, the, of course, title track. God, I wish my girlfriend was here so I could hug her. No, it's a love ballad, and it's in a room full of guys is what I'm getting at.
Ari will hug you.
Jimmy had a lighter out.
Yeah, we all had our lighters out.
Really good, man.
We're looking around the room. Well, who can we hug? Why don't we have a group hug?
You need a hole. You guys need a hole.
Yeah. See, that's what a hole is good for the show.
Jet,
Bunch of guys.
That was unbelievable. Tour dates, your Starland Ballroom tonight in Jersey?
That's right.
And then the Chance in Poughkeepsie tomorrow. Well, that would be a couple days from now. So I guess Saturday night. And how do people get tour dates?
Go to the website. Yeah. Just go to the website. It's all there. MySpace.
What's the website?
JetTheBand.com.
Oh boy, you couldn't get jet.com, huh?
When you guys started, you ever dreamed that Poughkeepsie was possible?
I don't even think New York was possible, man. So
Poughkeepsie is it's kind of a cool place. I mean, like,
isn't that where those innocent fellas got shot? Is that Poughkeepsie?
Could have happened there.
Fellas got shot. No, Nuremberg.
By the police. No, the police. Right, just like.
Oh, that's
Queens.
That's Queens.
Oh yeah, Queens.
Oh, Poughkeepsie, Queens.
Queens is civilization.
Yeah, Poughkeepsie's a little bit far up. I mean, I've done gigs there before. It's all right. It's not a great city, but if you're doing a gig, fine.
Yeah.
You guys got one more in you?
Yes, we do.
All right. Once again, it's Jet. The new CD is Shine On. What are you guys going to do now?
This is called Skin and Bones.
Skin and Bones. Once again, Jet.
Very good.
New CD is Shine On. Very good, guys. Awesome. Thanks for coming on the Opie and Anthony show.
Really great, man. Here's a corny, awful question. Biggest influence?
Yeah.
So many. I mean, one simple, I reckon.
The Wiggles, I would guess. Yeah.
The Wiggles.
Grey Wiggle.
Grey Wiggle.
Got some Wiggle fans?
I think the Beatles, the Beatles have to honestly be like.
Yeah, we hear a little Beatles in there, certainly. Yeah.
Go back to because you just can't deny how brilliant they were. I think every single band's influenced by the Beatles, either directly or indirectly. You know, whether or not they're aware of it, they are.
You know, even I was MSNBC recently. Whoever wrote that article should really have his feet cut off. See, yeah, Pantera, no Beatles influence whatsoever. It said that Sabbath should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I had to throw that out there. So whoever you are for MSNBC, I hope you die.
All right, we got to take a break. We want to thank Jet for stopping by. It's
did a great job.
Jetband.com. Jettheband.com for tour dates, okay? All right, right on. We'll continue with Joe Rogan and Rich Voss. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Hey, just a reminder, it's time for MacBook karaoke, Anthony. Ooh. We're encouraging the people to go to www.923freefm.com for all the details. You could win the new MacBook, sleek and sexy, and it has everything you need to explore all your creative possibilities. Head to the Apple Store or apple.com to check it out. MacBook karaoke.
I got one. I got one of those.
You got a MacBook?
Very nice. Can't get on Pal Talk, though.
I got to tell you.
Let's use Boot Camp.
Hold on, let me go.
Boot camp.
Let me go to Fuzzy in Connecticut. Fuzzy, what's up?
Yo, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Welcome aboard.
All right, Snuggles. Yo, did you guys finally get your S together with that board over there, or is Jet just that good? Because that sounded phenomenal.
It did sound good.
That's
right?
what happens when you have such a screw-up with the last band that came in that we made sure that the equipment was here the night before, everything was pre-checked, like what we like to call a real radio show.
Yeah, that really did sound like a real radio show. I'm very, very impressed.
All right.
Picture of the board or something. Good job, guys.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I don't listen to jazz. I don't know their music, and of course I recognize the song they did. They were really good, man.
The first album was a monster. Yeah,
I like the new stuff,
They had like 3 or 4 massive hits on the first album.
I don't know how that guy sings more than one night in a row.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Holy
he just rips
Jesus.
it apart.
That's like blood should be spurting out of your throat.
That song's
wow.
great, though. That is
yeah, it really is.
That Shine was a romantic number. I hate to agree with Ope on that one.
That was good.
Holding hands with my girl, pecking her cheek.
Well, Jimmy looked at me.
Pecking her cheek.
Jimmy looked at me weird, but it was like one of those power ballads. And I'm looking around the room like, this is a little weird. It's
Every
like 20 guys,
has a soft side.
20 guys listening to a power ballad.
You know, he wrote that thinking this is going to get me laid.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he wrote it going,
and
this is going to work. This one's going to work.
Oh, those guys up there must just get so many girls.
It's disgusting.
How many girls could you turn down?
I'm desperately working on a song called I Was Kidding, I Don't Have AIDS.
It's just a joke. He looks like Luther from 48 Hours, that guy.
They're 3 handsome young Aussies with the accents and the tight slacks meeting girls. How filthy and depressing is that? Oh, my awful, disgusting act.
They're kind of tiny, though.
Yeah, well, women don't mind.
They're tiny guys.
It's amazing how much chicks love guys in bands. There was some guys, who were I don't know who they were. There was some guys on a plane with us. They had tattoos in their neck. They were obviously rock guys, lip rings and stuff. And this one girl would nonstop hitting on them. The whole time, the whole flight, she just turned around in her seat, just yapping at them. Bop, 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 and she was cute, man. She just
guys in bands.
What band was it, you know?
No idea.
No?
See, that's what was happening in first class. And Coach, I sat down next to a guy with cottage cheese.
They made a very bad analogy. They said being in a band is like being a girl with big breasts. No, being in a band is like being a guy with a gun. The world is your oyster.
They are walking roofies.
Yeah.
Zip it and they will come.
Hey, we got a great story to get to here. Listen to this one.
A boy from Florida with cancer is very much used.
That wasn't the funny part, Jimmy.
Jimmy! Cancer's not funny.
A boy from Florida with cancer is very much using.
Jimmy.
What?
No. A boy from Florida.
My health doesn't allow it.
I see where this is going.
All right, I actually I'm gonna probably feel guilty soon because I don't. Let me hear how old he is first.
Yeah.
A boy from Florida with cancer is very much using his head. Pat Pedraja lost all of his hair following chemotherapy, so the very inventive 11-year-old decided to offer up advertising space on his head on eBay. For $5,000, you can lease space on a quarter of his head for 3 months.
5 Gs?
It will not only help you by advertisement, it'll also help save a bunch of lives.
You see, all of the money Pat raises will go to the bone marrow banks to help leukemia patients just like him. Talk about a great kid. Hopefully you can help him out.
All right, get this kid on the phone. WOW logo on his head.
You want WOW logo? $5,000?
An Opie and Anthony WOW logo on his head.
Where does he go, though? Does he just stay at home?
Yeah.
No, who sees him?
Who's gonna
How much?
Sorry. He's taking.
Come on.
$5,000 worth of advertising so some fat nurse can look at your head?
Yeah.
Get out in the mall, sick boy.
Going to ball games?
We don't need to advertise to Grandma. She's bringing you your soup.
Exactly. That's great. Who's going to see a WOW sticker? A mortician.
Get him drunk on the
hey,
wheel.
sorry. Hey,
you
whoa,
know.
is that over the line?
You
Drop
know.
dead. I'm not the one putting ads on the kid's head. It's probably his father who needs money to gamble.
He already did, and he lost. It's great. I love how Jimmy turned around. Yeah, screw you all. That's what he does on stage.
Yeah.
You just got a bunch of oohs and reacted just like you do on stage.
What do you think's going to happen to the kid? He's got leukemia. He's selling ad space on his skull. How do I react? Oh, how adorable. Little punk. Smack his face, straighten him out.
Can you imagine a guy that puts the ad on his head the day before he passes and he tries to get his money back?
You know, I was supposed to get a 3-month run on this.
Contractually, there has to be a stipulation. Look, if he falls down before February 8th, I get half my money back.
I bet he could get more money if he had some sort of a contest. See if you can come up with more money to keep them from putting advertisements on his head. My poor son, we're going to have to write on his head.
Yeah, look, we got to write on this poor kid's head because we're poor. Yeah, we need money for him. He's sick. $10,000
can keep his head clean.
Usually if people just go on the news like this, they get money.
Yeah.
Like, I was a sucker for that goddamn stupid little pudding-head girl that got her wheelchair stolen.
Oh, that's right. You donated.
Remember that one? I felt so bad. I went home and I found out the address to send money to, and I sent money.
What was the story again?
Oh, little pudding-head girl. She was in a wheelchair. You know, she was wheelchair-bound. I think she had a brain tumor. That's what it was.
She had a special van that was stolen?
Yeah, a special van, and the wheelchair was in it, and everything got stolen.
So why didn't you buy her the van?
And they needed money. How do you know I didn't?
Did you?
I cut him a nice check. Put it that way.
Oh, that's great.
And let me tell you something. I never heard word one back.
Really? They didn't even thank you?
I got nothing back.
Not only did I not send anything, but I wrote a letter that said, ha ha. That's what you get. Show off.
That's what you get.
Show off. Show off for having a stuff stolen.
That's what you get. Miss, it's all about me. Can I have a special van and the bed that comes up.
They didn't give you a letter back in?
No.
I know
But
your donation was pretty hefty.
What about the joy in your heart?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Really?
It's just about, doing something nice for somebody. I wasn't looking for
How
any.
about a letter back from the parents? Hey, thank you.
I wasn't looking for that.
Well, I would have been.
I kind of expected it, but I wasn't looking.
Please repossess the van. Please sue them to get the van back. It's tangled them up in court for years. They
It's so
can't drive
funny
it.
when people get charity and then they don't respond to it the right way and everybody freaks out, like that family in New Orleans.
Yep.
That $75,000 house.
$75,000 house.
Which is amazing that you can get a house for $75,000, by the way.
75 G's. And it was a nice house. It was like a real nice house. Over here, it would be like a crap hole.
Yeah.
It'd be garbage. But there, it was really nice. And the church gave it to this family because they were homeless because of Katrina. And they turned around and immediately sold it for a profit. Never moved in.
Yeah, for like
Took the money and ran. And then I think what was bad was their little interview they had on the news because, of course, one of those shame on you reporters ran after them.
Yeah.
And was asking the wife what happened, and she explained it. It's just they didn't come off looking
The husband was the best.
The husband was the best.
Take it up with God.
Take it up with God.
Actually, guys, we got the story.
You got
it's
it?
so weird that Joe went there. Thank you, Joe.
Oh, this one was great. I watched this like 3 times because I couldn't believe the husband was this stupid.
Yeah, listen to this.
We've been telling you about a New Orleans family displaced by Hurricane Katrina. In February, the Temple of Deliverance Church of God in Christ gave them the keys to a house in Hickory Hill that church members say the wife selected, a $75,000 house, free and clear. But we discovered the family sold it without ever moving in.
This is done through.
Dolores Thompson and her family were selected out of more than 50 Hurricane Katrina families to be the recipients of this $75,000 house. So why did they never move in? And why did they sell it? When we called Thompson, she admitted she had not moved in, but told us she still owned the house. She hung up when asked if she had sold it.
Bravo, man. They need the money.
Bravo.
Yes,
they
bravo.
need the money. These two were characters. Shysters.
I wonder how they picked them, because, I mean, how many people lost their house?
I know.
How many houses did they
what
give
was
away?
the criteria?
Probably
being a scumbag?
A raffle or something, or some kind of drawing.
I think they said they were a couple. They probably said they had a story or something like that, and they were trying to get married or something. I don't know.
Take it up with God. That's what the guy kept saying.
Yeah.
Interviewing him. Take it up with God.
Yeah, he just wanted airtime, too. Yeah. Like, he was all heavy smiles, like, let me talk. I want to be on camera.
He was a fairly smooth character.
Oh, he was smooth.
She and her husband agreed to meet us at the house. When they arrived, she told us death in her family and personal problems kept her from moving in.
I was in need of a house, but at the time that I was in need of a house, I didn't get the house. And so once I got the house, I really don't like this area. I really didn't. And I didn't know anybody, so that's why I didn't move in and I sold it.
She eventually told us she made $60,000 off the sale. But that's not what the deed shows.
Well, according to this document that I have, you sold the house for $88,000, which means you made No, I didn't sell it for $88,000. I sold it for $60,000. The people who sold it got the rest of the money.
Some commission.
Wow.
Who the hell's getting the difference from
on 60?
On 60. I don't think so.
Maybe they're just not. I mean, not that she doesn't sound like the most financially savvy woman.
I like how she starts off saying, like, well, at the time I did need it, and then when I got it, well, I didn't need it anymore. I didn't move in.
I didn't know anybody there.
Yeah. The bottom line on this whole thing is there is probably a family that really needed the house, that would have moved in and
loved it.
Yeah, loved having that house. You know where the happy people are? The neighbors. I saw the neighborhood. Yeah, the neighbors bought the house. They were nailing together some crosses in that neighborhood.
That's why she sold it for $60,000, because as soon as she moved in, it was worth $15,000.
There you go.
Hey, here's the clip Joe Rogan was talking about. The husband wants to be on camera.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Back it up so you can get me too. I want to be on camera. I want to be on camera too.
The husband boss.
Now, ask me a question.
The way it appears is that a house, a church.
The way it appears
I'll
is
take
that
over here.
There's a lot of chicanery, connivance, deceit, deception, divisiveness, trickery going on.
That's awesome.
On whose part? Because the church gave you a free house. The church gave you a free house, and you all never moved in.
Anything.
That was church people who, out of their generosity, paid for this
take
house.
Take it up with God. Take it up with God.
You gotta love that kind of arrogance.
Chicanery.
I love that too. Chicanery, divisiveness.
The guy says, on whose part? He goes, the church. The church that gave you a free house?
Yeah.
That dude is right out of Pimps Up, Hose Down.
Oh, yeah. You ain't telling me nothing,
Street
bitch.
corner, you know.
Street corner, yes.
You got to make your next move the right move. Choose a pimp tonight, baby.
Chicanery.
Divisiveness.
Divisiveness. Chicanery.
That's brilliant.
He was standing there with a big brim and a cane.
Yeah.
A big crunk cup.
Take
it up with God.
It turned out Jesus.
Take it up with God.
Take it up with God.
Here's how the story ends.
We took it up with God. God had no comment.
And God said, better there than in my neighborhood.
Back to you, Chip.
The interview ended with the Thompsons speeding away.
I don't like the area.
You don't like the area, but I don't understand. Dolores! The IP did on public records showing the family previously had a New Orleans address. And while the church never told them they couldn't sell the house, they say they would have never given it to them had they known they were not going to move in.
If you're not the most needed, you should decline. You know, there are monies that have been given, churches been given, there are houses, and there's still people out there without houses, and they haven't. It's a hardship on them. Don't accept the gift if you don't need it.
if you don't mean.
We took it up with God, and he said, I quote, next time I'll drown all the...
How can you speed away on a bus?
Take it up with God. They sped away in a car donated to them by a white man with his head cracked open on the curb.
Yeah. They sped away in a van with a wheelchair in it.
Hey, that's pretty clever.
Callback.
I like the callback. Let's go to Steve on Long Island. Steve, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, you know what they should advertise on that kid's head?
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least I don't have AIDS.
And he gives a Francus.
Hey, when you're advertising his head, does his father say, hey, look, if we don't give him the medication, will his head swell up so we can put some more advertisements?
As the money pours in, they try to give him medicine that just makes his head real big.
They do what those crazy dudes do to their testicles, where they inflate them with saline.
Get him, just pump them up.
They just like feeding him radiation so hair doesn't cover up the head space.
Oh, there's the kid. There's a picture
That's
of the kid.
him. Look at him.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, look, if you
Hustle his little scalp.
yeah, the little sign says, if you lived here, you'd be home right now.
So, for $5,000...
There's a bullseye on the back of his head.
For $5,000, you could put anything on his head?
I'm sure limits. What are you going to sue him?
Whackbag.com.
Yeah, I think we should buy some space.
I think that if we're not on the phone, we should buy his whole head. How many spaces do you have for rent? And Opie and Anthony should buy his whole head.
Does he have a contact? Let's talk to this kid. Let's see what we could get on his head. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely.
I guess the most lucrative part of his head would be the front. That way, at least friends and family will see it if the worst happens.
Yeah, when he's laying backwards.
Then again, if it's on the back, what do you need? One uncle seeing your head?
Oh.
Imagine if Rocky Dennis had that disease, they would have been millionaires.
Oh, tattoo on the back. Silk pillow here. All right.
Hey, what do we got on Snoop Dogg there? Snoop Dogg was arrested again?
Yeah, he just can't stop getting arrested. He's addicted to it.
Well, and Suge is really pissed, man.
This is really
Suge
good.
Mad.
Snoop got arrested after Leno.
Why Suge mad?
He called him a police informant.
Called him a police informant. He said he's never seen a guy that's been arrested so many times and not serve any time. Or he gets off like every time. So now Suge's like, he's a rat. Called him a rat and a police informant. When Suge calls you that, not good.
That guy scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's scary.
Suge's not big on the negotiating.
No. No.
It's isn't he out? He's out, right?
Yeah.
How's that work?
How's that work?
Let's explain that.
How's that work?
You ever read that Rolling Stone article on Biggie and Tupac and the murders? And pretty much it says that
just about implicates him in the whole thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just about.
It spells out who was working for him, that those guys were cops, and they were dirty cops, and they were employed by him, and that links their car to the actual shooting.
And just the fact that there's been no headway in that investigation in years. Not one word of what happened to either of them, you know.
Do you know, I was doing the Saget show in Vegas, and there was a rumor that Suge was coming to our show. He's a Jeff Ross fan.
No, are you kidding me?
Right, it's a Jeff Ross fan. And, I mean, look, he was supposed to come to our show.
I'd love to see him hang that Jew out a window
by
each ankle.
And make him do his poems while he shakes them. Dim the lights. Perfect.
Watch Jeff's cummerbund fall off.
No one's better at roast than Ross.
Oh, yeah.
He's ruthless.
Yep.
He's just a vicious dude.
Pat Cooper.
Yeah.
Pat's up there, yeah.
Pat Cooper, the rock star?
No, Pat Cooper the comic.
Oh, I don't know.
You West Coast bitch.
I know.
I live 3 blocks away from you. What are you talking about?
You got to hear Snoop Dogg's lawyer in this latest one. The 35-year-old entertainer, convicted felon with alleged gang ties.
Who's his lawyer?
Alleged.
Yeah, exactly. Has been arrested 3 times since September on various drug and weapon charges.
Let the guy carry a weapon. I mean, if somebody has the right to carry a weapon, it's Snoop. At least give him a friggin' fighting chance.
Now, his latest arrest was for felony gun and drug charges, okay? His attorney says cops are yanking the dog's chain. For some reason, Snoop is under the microscope these days. It wasn't like they arrested him for having tinted windows.
Yeah.
You know?
Right? You have illegal tint, sir.
Under the microscope, I don't know, he wears blue all the time and throws up a W whenever you take a picture of him. I don't know why they look at him. Or is that an M? Because he's from Montauk.
And you turned your daughter out on spring break.
Yanking the dog's chain. Is that a New York Post cover?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Daily News.
That doesn't sound quite like lawyer jargon either.
No.
Yanking the dog's chain. What's the lawyer's name? Did they say?
Something Stein.
Yeah, I want to see what his lawyer's name is.
Donald Etra, E-T-R-A.
Oh.
Anthony, your Pal Talk girl's got a gun now.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Whoa.
This might be. She's put it in her mouth. Whoa. What the hell is going on?
Nice.
This is my rifle. This is my bunt.
Imagine if.
Has anyone ever committed suicide in Pal Talk before?
They shoot guns from time to time.
There was a bad incident between two Pal Talk people, but it wasn't like wild.
That's nice. Nice bit of weaponry you got there. She, by the way, as Jet was playing,
we should.
We were a little distracted. Of course, we have Pal Talk here in the studio. We have cameras, and you can hear the audio of what goes on even during the commercial breaks. And the listeners also have cameras, and we punch up a few of their cameras during the show. And one here is Renee's Vengeance, and she was sitting in a chair with a razor, with clippers, you know, that I guess the military would use to shave your head with, but she was not shaving her head.
She was taking care of the monkey.
She was not taking care of the monkey.
Rich, shut up. Don't say a word. Step away from the mic.
And she did a fine job.
That's my callback.
Which was disturbing, but more disturbing when she pulled out the 30-06.
Yeah, now she's pulling out weaponry.
And she's smoking.
This is great.
She's got a cigarette and a rifle.
She left a little pattern like a failed German painter.
Let's work right now.
See how she's sitting there with that rifle? That's how they were sitting in New Orleans when that family moved in.
All right.
Oh, boy.
He didn't even wait. No, here's the problem.
He's going to flush his head in the toilet.
No, here's the problem. It's that you're 54 and you said New Orleans.
Oh.
It was the fact that you mispronounced that word.
Well, what do you call it?
New Orleans.
Nolans.
Or New
She
Orleans.
left a...
New Orleans.
She's not posting either. She shaved a little Hitler mustache, and she's now typing her book, Mein Cunt.
No
way you're going to play with that.
Of course I'm not getting away with that.
Just want to make sure Al is on his toes.
I hope Al wasn't taking a bathroom break.
Al, did you catch that one, Al? All right.
Hope you had a nice leak, Al.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, we got Octane from Philly doing the walkover with us today.
We like those guys.
We got Burger King coupons for the walkover today. We got Joe Rogan for the walkover today. And Ari will be joining us for the walkover as well.
Nice.
Little sweetie pants who's in the men's room.
Octane is a great cover band from Philly. They're going to play for us today. And let's not forget, tomorrow's the big day, Anthony.
Yes, the eggnog drinking contest.
You're coming back for that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we love the eggnog drinking contest. It's finally here.
We came in a day early just for you guys.
Cool. Very cool. We have a guy coming in tomorrow. Is he in the eggnog drinking contest, or is it a little sideshow?
Is it Magoo?
Yeah, Magoo.
Sergeant Magoo.
Pal Talk guy.
Yesterday on Pal Talk, she's got an
She
Adolf
has
Hitler book.
She has my comp.
This girl
What does she have?
She has my comp.
Yeah, this girl's
Yeah, with
Nazi.
it right.
Yeah, big Adolf Hitler swastika on the front. All right.
Whoa.
You single, honey?
Wow. She shaves with clippers.
Yep.
She has a gun and Mein Kampf. Wow. And I have a humongous boner.
Yeah, Ari's been wanting to bang a Nazi for a while.
Yeah.
That would really be a kind of a love connection. That's
that should be your next
bigger
video.
Than a jungle fever kind of thing.
Yeah, Ari's amazing racist videos are up on OpieandAnthony.com. All right, yeah, eggnog drinking contest. Sergeant Magoo, finish up there, Jimmy.
Well, he was on Pal Talk yesterday, and Anthony saw it better than I did because I didn't watch the whole thing, but I know he ate, what did he eat,
Drinking a bunch of milk, like a gallon of milk. He ate butter, sticks of butter with ketchup on it, threw it up into Tupperware, then put Fruit Loops in, and ate it. Yeah. How do you not appreciate someone like that? And here's a couple of sounds that we might be hearing tomorrow. Nothing better than eggnog.
You're used to those sounds, huh?
The gurgle.
It's a festive part.
Yeah, that is great.
You ever hear that sound in your lap?
No.
Oh, that's great.
All right, tomorrow's the day. We can't wait.
Sounds like Leon Klinghoffer looking up at his room, at his suite.
Rich Voss.
Looking up at his cabin.
Rich Voss at Governor's this weekend on Long Island. Joe Rogan at Caroline's all weekend long. We got to get out of here. Eggnog drinking contest tomorrow.
This is not the way to the cafeteria.
If you're not joining us over at XM, have a great day.
It begins now. All right, let's roll. Yeah, let's start our little whack.
We got a big crew today. We got Joe Rogan. We got Octane set.
Where's Octane?
They're set up somewhere en route.
I believe on the corner or in front of the big sign thing by the building. You know.
And I have to hear.
Hey, here comes the old guy.
The old guy with the dog.
I have to listen to Voss asking childlike questions.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hi. It's old bags.
What, Jimmy?
I got to listen to Voss asking childlike questions to Rogan. He's saying how he met Phil Superfoot Wallace, and Voss goes, he was tough, right? His nickname is Superfoot.
He was tough. His name's not Softfoot.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Wasn't Kiss a Foot.
It amazes me how dumb Rich really is.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, it really
not
just
an act.
amazes me.
This story about Dangerfields is one of my favorite comic stories ever.
Oh, is that great? What a good joke. That's a good look to still have in this country during this time. Yeah, the old turban. Yeah. That won't get you just hatred looks.
What happened to Seal's face? What is that? What's that all about?
I don't know.
Tribal
The
scars.
dog bit
Is
him.
that what it is?
Yeah.
No,
Is it really? Because I heard it was just bad acting.
No,
I heard the tribal scar thing was a rumor.
No, really? How great would that be?
No, it has something to do with some kind of polio or something.
Oh,
as a kid.
Polio.
I'm going with polio as a kid.
Oh, I heard it was
$10 a man.
Heidi
You
Klum.
say what?
Polio doesn't
I'm going
affect
with acid cum.
That makes you like
acid cum.
Acid cum.
I say tribal scars or Heidi Klum's father.
Somebody ate too many grapefruits and shot a load in his face.
I like Heidi Klum's father. All right. That's the odds-on favorite right there.
I don't care how much money he makes. Tell that to the grandchildren's high school pictures.
2 kids in 13 months, too.
Oh, that's a potent fucking African.
Wow.
Something
Look
like
at
that.
the nipples on this one.
And he's like 43. How many more sperms left?
Your mic stinks.
He
Why
can
would
deliver
work
it
for
right to the
walkover?
egg.
All right, let's go. Hey, Steve, what else we got for the walkover?
Test.
What else we got for the walkover?
First thing we got going on is Natrol is being handed out. That's this energy drink that boosts energy. It's got 0 calories, 0 fat, and 0 sugar. And in a few minutes, we're going to come across Octane from Philly. They'll be playing acoustic right near the XM studio.
Very good.
How about that?
A very busy walkover.
Here's some ladies. Hi, girls.
Joe, you need any gay porn?
No, I'm good.
We usually check out the gay porn at this newsstand.
We can go look at it.
Honcho's my favorite.
You know, I mean, it might be a good one, but I haven't picked it
Jimmy
up.
likes an issue of honcho every now and then.
What man doesn't like a good honcho?
And the newsstand guy loves Jimmy.
I prefer an unclipped gentleman. It's only a good man's fault. How are you, sir?
We're here for our gay porn.
That's right.
What do you got today? Honcho, jock?
It's a bad day.
Oh, what's the matter, sir?
What's wrong, sir?
Why? What's the matter?
You're usually our friend. What happened?
Relative blow himself up.
You lose a lot of business, my friend.
You lost business?
Yeah,
Why?
You want to look. No, something is wrong, my friend.
Uh-oh.
Something's wrong.
Not because of us.
Yeah, not you.
We got you in trouble?
Yeah, the guy, he gave me a lot of trouble this morning.
Aw, man.
What guy gave you
What
trouble?
guy?
Who is he? We'll talk to him.
Yeah, he took some magazine and the paper and then he ran away.
We can fix everything.
Not because of us. Some guy.
Not you.
Oh, some guy just took a bunch of stuff and ran off?
So what did he look like? Black?
What did he look like?
Yeah, black
He was a black guy. My God, what a surprise.
Well, sir, you know what? We're going to drum up some business.
Well, how much did he take?
Yeah, how much in magazines?
What did he take?
That's about $15-20.
Did he take
I'll give you $20.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this one, sir. Dick James, show me your weapon. I think the fun thing about black penises is the discoloration of the tip. Am I right or wrong?
Opie just paid him off $20.
looks
That's
like-
how he rolls.
Looks like two different cocks.
Now that's Photoshop.
Now you
Doesn't
feel a
even
little
his
better
dick.
today? Look, he's smiling again.
It looks like it broke and then it was repaired.
What
It's
happened?
Like it takes a little left turn
There's
there.
two different cocks.
Dick James.
Like some bitch
Show me
bit
your
it off,
weapon.
and they had to put a white man's dick on the tip.
Or it's so big the
Yeah, it's like, why is it so dark here and then so light there?
His dick grew out of the color.
Hold on a second now. Let's go the other way. He looks like an older gentleman in the face. comedian named Greer Barnes. Oh, look at this one. I
Look
like
at the
hair.
size of that cock.
I like the hair on him. And what buttocks. See, we just come. Wow.
Whoa.
Miguel and Andre. Oh,
Those are
God.
That's two black guys fucking each other in the ass. You don't
That's
see
right.
that every day.
Look at that, sir. He's real. That's called teaching a lesson.
Yeah.
Right, and it's right above a picture of John Travolta kissing a guy in the Inquirer.
Oh, you know, to see Criss Cross have to go to that point in their careers.
Sir, I don't know if this is Miguel or Andre, but he has baby boy tattooed on his back.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Who doesn't want to see that when they're making love?
How many guys have read that?
I'm sure quite a few. Hey, wow, what is this Travolta thing?
Yeah, why is Travolta kissing a guy?
I don't know. I think that's one of those, they caught it at the right moment.
How great is it? Because it's who's gay and who's not, and they got Travolta kissing a guy.
They got him without his wig.
And obviously he's not, Travolta's not gay there, but that'll get you to buy the magazine.
You don't think he's gay?
You think Travolta's gay?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think
Yeah.
I think Rogan is tough. Yes.
He is, yeah.
How do you know?
Well, I met him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he never didn't hit on me or anything, but my gaydar went up, my butthole clamped shut. He's a Scientologist, man. I mean, there's only two reasons to be Scientologist. You're retarded or you're gay.
Oh, there you go. You heard it here first.
And you know, the whole
world
dancing
exclusive.
thing.
Yeah.
He's always
Or the
been
what
very
thing?
good at it.
Well, it's
The whole dancing,
a great
you know.
gang to have. You know, like they look out for you.
Yeah.
It's a,
yeah,
you know,
they
it's, as
cover
far
up
as
for
yeah,
you.
it's like as far as like a cult. That's like one of the best cults to join.
Yep.
And he
I thought about joining. I'm like, they'll take care of your career.
What do you got, Jimmy?
He doesn't have his wig.
True.
Travolta does not have his wig on.
Why does he wear a wig?
Look at
Yeah.
that head.
They've shown pictures of him, really up close pictures where you see that mesh that's kind of on the side of his head where they weld on the hair or something.
Chuck Norris has got the best one.
Does he?
No one's got a better one than Chuck.
Norris?
All right, well, look.
The best thing about Chuck is there was no pictures of him going bald. It's like full head of hair, but what's going on? You know, it's like a little something funky happened to it.
Thanks,
You know
sir.
who finally got that hair piece thing down?
No, Honcho
Shatner.
Oh, his is
Shatner
beautiful.
now, no, it's not like that big, because there was one point where Shatner had the most hair I've ever seen on someone's head, on his head.
Oh, he used to have a crazy one, yeah.
He went like the whole way. If I'm going to go bald, I want more hair dumped on my head than I've ever seen on a human. And now it looks like it's pretty natural.
It's amazing that they haven't figured out a way to give you hair yet. You get
what happened?
cell phones, take videos, and send it through the sky and the internet.
Joe, we put a man on the moon.
I was just talking about that yesterday. Like, why can't they figure that out?
Can't figure it out.
Whoever figures it out is going to be a multi-billionaire. Hey, let's say goodbye to our friend.
Yes, sir.
Have a better day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it now.
Watch out for the
always take care of us, so take that.
Yeah, watch out for the Negro people.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good, dude.
Hey, what's worse than the old like mobster with the fucking awful younger man's hair, like the fucking Tony Orlando wig? And you can't even laugh at him.
Yeah, the no part curls up. You can't see where it touches the forehead.
It's awful. It looks like Mr. Gazzo from Rocky.
As soon as we gave him that money, he got very
perked
happy.
back up. He was angry. I guess.
I felt bad for him.
I guess a gentleman came over, grabbed a stack of magazines, and ran off. That's a hit and run.
Yeah, that's what you get in this city with your fucking awful. He had a cancerous mustache, just thin and wispy and missing pieces. What an asshole!
You like that guy,
Rent out his
Jimmy?
lip for advertising.
He's one of ours, Jimmy. Oh, that's why we're beating him up worse.
It would be very fun. I like Octane, so we shouldn't do it. We should walk right by them without looking at them. So they came all this way from Philly. They'll play for 3 seconds.
They're a cover band. What are they? What are
They're
they?
good though. They play some good stuff.
Yeah, they're real good,
I hope
actually.
It's them.
A lot of sisters at the bus stop today.
That's right.
Is that Wanda Sykes?
Kramer.
Who here loves Kramer?
Oh, no. Hi, fellas.
Oh, we're getting a look. We're getting a look.
Are you getting a look?
Get a mic on her. She is giving us the eyeball. Joe, go talk to her, because you're the toughest one here.
Which one? She's angry?
Yeah, because I said, who loves Kramer?
Who's
And she
mad?
turned around.
It's forbidden subject, bro. We can't talk about
She's
that.
still looking
Yeah.
at us.
You're not funny.
You have a problem with Kramer?
Ah, no.
All right.
She's just waiting to go to a shitty job, dude, and you just gotta fucking twist a blade.
Yep, now you made it even worse for her.
Hey, Octane, what's up?
How are you, brother? You guys doing all right?
Yeah.
Thank you for
yeah.
having us down this morning.
Had a fun little walk over while I looked at some gay porno.
Yeah.
Saw some big
rock and roll?
big black cocks in
Yeah.
a magazine.
Baby Boy is in Black Inches this month. There was a rumor that they were going to cut that segment, but they didn't.
No, thank God.
What song are you guys going to play?
We're going to play Enemy off our Rise Up CD, man.
Okay.
Is this an original?
Yes, sir.
What are you, nuts? We want to hear it covered. No, it's cool. Octane with Enemy.
Hit it up.
I gotta take what I wanna waste, not another time. No time to waste. I got a lot of anger inside I'll waste, not another time. No time to waste. My enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus warned me twice today. Each time I pray, make love, not hate. Enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus warned me twice today. Each time I pray, make love, not hate. No, I got a reason for being nice, open seeing time. No time to waste. Break down inside you, takes down your whole world, left on the tattered beat of the shattered time. No time, it's time to change. My enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus warned me twice today. Each time I pray, make love, not hate. Enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus warned me twice today. Each time I pray, make love, not hate. Got no time. I gotta live like I'm eating God in a Eden time. No time to waste. My enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus warned me twice today. Each time I pray, make love, not hate. Enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus warned me twice today. Each time I pray, make love, not hate. I got no time to waste. I got no time to waste.
Hey, how cool is that? Octane?
Fuck yeah.
Holy shit.
That's a fucking great tune, dude.
That
right here on the
is
sidewalk.
really good.
Fucking unsigned. Dude, you guys got a CD?
Not for long.
Give me one of those bitches.
Hey, let's get that on XM's Unsigned channel, man.
Great, dude, that's a great song, man.
Yeah, I want a CD.
We'll get
Holy
this done.
shit.
We'll get this done. We'll get it on Unsigned on XM.
I like that better than Jet.
That was good shit,
I
man.
do.
You know what's amazing? We can walk up with microphones, shove them in front of these guys, and it sounds great. And studio for hours, they can't figure out how to fucking do sound.
Well, yeah.
We walk down the street here. Here's some mics.
Dude, that's a great song. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's a
fucking
It's
hit.
It's hard to hear a song the first time and really like it.
Yeah.
You got to hear it right away, dude. Right
Let
away,
that one grow on you a little too.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah,
You'll be
dude.
blasting that down the road.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are digging it. Please check it out. Anybody out there, OctaneRocks.com is the website, man. Please, we're trying to spread the word. Help us spread the word.
Fuck yeah, man.
How are you guys not signed?
Yeah,
I know.
no
I'll tell you what, this is our third release. So far, we've sold like 25,000 units. We've been all over radio stations. We've toured with national acts, and it's just like the industry is so whacked. I don't know
What's wrong with those assholes?
It's just very, very.
You guys have a MySpace page?
We do MySpace / Octane Rocks.
We don't sign them.
ROCKS, not the ROX. We don't mess with the X.
I'm gonna put you in my top friends. How do you like them apples?
There you go. I'm
crazy. Give me an email address. What's the email address so I can add it to my top friends?
www.octanerocks.com is our website, or MySpace / Octane Rocks.
Yeah, but you need an email address to find you.
Octane at OctaneRocks.com.
Octane at OctaneRocks.com. All right, cool.
Excellent. You guys are fucking
That's
great,
fucking
man.
great, man. Seriously, that was really good, dude.
You guys want to do one more? Maybe a cover, something familiar, just to kind of rock the sidewalk here?
Or if you got another jammin' fucking original, man, that was awesome.
That was really good.
You know any Sabbath?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, go familiar just to rock the sidewalk because everyone is remembering the first one. I don't want to fuck it up for you here.
All right, let's go. You want to cover? You said?
That's how I know what you're saying.
You might only have one in you.
I don't know, man. That first song was so good, they can't fuck it up for me. That was a great song, man.
We got to play with a
That was amazing. I would just keep it right
You,
there.
dude. It's all you. Whatever you want.
I wouldn't push your luck personally, but you guys do whatever you
Unless
want.
you got a song better than Enemy. You got a song better than Enemy?
I think so.
Fucking hit that shit.
All right, let's sit down.
Nice.
Yeah, these guys rock.
Joe was right.
Man.
Joe was right. That's
These
awesome,
guys
man.
rock.
That was really, really good.
We all had gigs in Philly last night. We didn't even sleep. We got done our gigs. Drove right here to come do this for you guys. Thank you very much.
Northeast own, right?
Yes.
Northeast of Philly?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Octane.
Home of Rocky.
Yeah, Rich Voss wants you to have his DVD.
I give you a signed DVD.
Wow.
I signed it.
You're the
The
worst.
CD is called Rise Up by Octane.
Yeah.
Where's your website? OctaneRocks.com.
OctaneRocks.com.
How are these guys not signed? All these douchey
I
bands
know.
are fucking signed.
You're
These guys are not.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That
right on,
fucking
man.
beautiful song. I hate that song. It's on the air constantly. And this
Oh, I
shit.
know.
How good is this, man? You guys are good,
Bless
dude.
you. Thank you. We're trying, man. Trying to make
Doesn't make any sense.
Can you play something upstairs for us?
Absolutely.
We got to go up and continue our show,
All right,
but
we'll see you guys
Octane
upstairs,
rocks.
man.
Yeah.
Great job, man.
Thank you,
Actually,
man.
it's
Thank you.
Octane.
Awesome, man.
Great fucking job,
Octane.
man.
Awesome.
See you upstairs.
Hey, who's going to get the CD to Washington? Because they got to get that on one of the XM channels.
Yeah.
Whose job is that going to be?
Get that in heavy rotation immediately.
I say Kenny, and he emails them until they play it.
That fucking Enemy song is badass.
I like those guys. man.
Absolutely.
They do a lot of our events. Like, whenever we do Philly stuff, they're the fucking guys that will warm up the show. They're
Hey,
really
here's your
killer.
buddy.
Wow.
Oh, I hate this fucking bag of shit.
This guy leaning against the wall?
He's a cunt. He's probably jerking off thinking about advertising a load on that kid's head. He's a fucking creep.
Say hi to him.
He looks
Say
like
hi to him. I don't acknowledge him.
Jimmy, he looks like the foot fetish teacher, actually.
He certainly does.
Oh,
I don't
he
acknowledge
does.
him.
You sure you don't want to say hi?
14-year-old boy
No.
foot in his hand.
Oh, look at that. That fucking, the little leukemia kid's wispy hair fell out.
Gee, go figure. They haven't sold a piano.
Is this the elevator where Tracy Morgan attacked the chick?
Yeah. What did he do? He was going after a girl in the elevator. Yeah. Hi, sir.
Garbage, garbage.
How are you?
Garbage, garbage.
Have a good day.
Garbage, 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 garbage.
See you later.
Garbage, garbage.
Hi, ma'am.
Garbage, garbage, garbage.
And we'll see you upstairs.
Opie.
This is the mission. We got to get Octane some major exposure. We just did with our radio show, but we got to get them on XM, and we got to we got to push them. We got to push the Octane. We kind of fucked up with Godsmack back in the day, Joe. We're not fucking up again, man.
How'd you fuck up with Godsmack?
Well, when we were doing radio in Boston, Sully used to come in and do our show all the time, you know, the lead singer, and this was before, you know, Godsmack broke.
Used to bring us shit videos. Videos of chicks just
German
shitting.
ones?
Yeah,
German shit videos. And he would do our show from time to time, and we were doing an appearance with him where he was doing some kind of drum clinic thing, right?
Yep.
At a music store or whatever. And on the way out, we really, you know, we're hitting it off nice, and he's like, here's my latest project. And he's been in bands all over Boston for so many years. Gives us the latest project, which was Godsmack. And I was so sick and delusional at this point. I got so many band CDs.
Everybody cries wolf. Yeah.
Everyone gives you a band CD saying this is the greatest thing. And honestly, in the beginning, I would listen to him and go, this is just crap. So he gave me the CD, and I just assumed that. And nothing against him personally. I opened up my sunroof, and I threw it into the river on the way back to my house.
Threw it away.
He gave the same
Godsmack.
He gave the same CD to this guy Rocco, who was doing nights at the same station Ant and I were at. And Rocco officially is the guy that discovered Godsmack.
Wow.
And it should have been us.
Could have been us.
That's hilarious.
But
that guy Sully, how fucking cool is he?
Yeah.
He came to the Comedy Store once. Came to saw a show, hang out, was talking.
Sully?
It took me a while to realize who it was.
Yeah.
And then I go, dude, I know who you are. He goes, yeah, I'm like a band, you know, just real low key. You know, just real cool guy. Was just like, hey man, you're really funny. You know, hanging out in the back, just like a normal dude.
Yeah,
Wish he'd come on the friggin' show every so often.
Kind of busy.
Apparently, I think it's management politics, station politics.
Well, his old manager now is the program director at AAF, our old station that we now compete against.
Oh, so he's not allowed to come on?
It's a whole political thing.
You would think that they're so big he could do whatever the fuck he wants.
I know.
Oh my God, there's no unsigned channel on XM anymore. They got rid of that channel. Did not know that. I used to listen to that every once in a while too.
Why are those suit jackets hanging up?
Oh, those are clothes. Oh. That's not suit jacket. They're my extra clothes for our big taping.
Oh, yeah, we're leaving early today. I guess we should tell people.
Maybe we should tell the people.
We got to leave at 10 o'clock today. We're doing a commercial for XM. And we also started a shitstorm over at CBS, so we have to deal with that as well. So we're out of here at 10.
What's this wee shit?
How'd you start a shitstorm? What happened?
Don't do this to me.
By you saying pussy?
Nah.
Mein cunt? Is that what it was?
Nah, it was a little
The show started with a little passion, and they didn't like it too much. And but they always, point the finger at me.
There was a little tirade that went on about the differences between terrestrial and satellite radio, and the terrestrial people don't really appreciate that when that comparison is made.
And Tom says it's not good for business. I'm like, well, then do something about it. What do you want from us?
You know what's not good for business? Fucking castrating everybody and being so fucking such corporate douches and not allowing us to play that fucking nigger song, which is very fun.
Now you
rap.
can say it.
Oh, now we can play it. Where is it?
And we can play it.
Holy
Have you heard this yet, Joe?
No, what is it?
Oh, okay.
You'll enjoy it.
Where is it?
Is this true? Paul Mooney's not going to say nigger anymore?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
yeah.
He's got 5 minutes now.
Good luck.
And that was Paul Mooney. Thank you.
Oh, silly.
Unsigned.
Sit down, white people.
I am not saying the word anymore. Really.
You know what I'm talking about. The N-word people. Please. He got his nigga wake-up call.
I guess he's never going
He
to
got
look
his
in a mirror again.
N-word wake-up call. Kramer got his N-word wake-up call.
Just a nigga wake-up call.
Hey, Unsigned is
If
XM52.
you had a wake-up call, you'd make it to work on time.
Someone check that out. Unsigned is on XM52. We got to make sure.
Oh, it is?
We got to help out Octane.
Fucking Octane. That Enemy song is the shit, dude.
Not good.
I want to throw that on my iPod and work out to it today.
So, Joe, we can play this over here. We can't play this on regular radio. Listen to this.
Busted up for this. I'm really busted up for this. Busted. I'm very, 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 very sorry.
He's a piece of trash. The N-word.
He's black, isn't he?
He is?
I'm black?
I thought he looked Irish.
What's his last name?
Nigger. That's not Irish.
I'm not so insane about this.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's hilarious that while this is playing, John Kerry's on TV saying it's time to move on from the botched joke, his botched joke about Iraq.
We forgot
about God.
him.
Oh, stop.
Enough.
Hilarious.
By the way, this has been going on for like 3 days now. Bill, thank you. Bill from Philly did the right thing, Anthony, in the end.
Well, did he?
Yes, he did.
All right.
Thank you, Bill. And also, Seal had childhood lupus.
Ah, lupus.
Is that what? Why did I think it was tribal scar? That's just bullshit, huh?
Yeah, I've heard that on the internet.
How could the little kid from the Bad News Bears fuck up your face so badly?
Because it's cooler to say that, Jimmy, than childhood
Would that
lupus.
do that to your face? What does lupus do?
Well, take a look at him.
It's an immune disease, right? Isn't
Makes
it?
you look like a dark boy.
I know a girl got it from fake tits.
Really?
Yeah, she had silicone implants, and her implants leaked, and it gave her lupus.
Is she okay?
I don't know. I don't talk to her anymore.
You don't care.
Right.
They didn't leak
Joe
on
don't
you.
give
I
a
hope.
shit.
Actually, she's really nice. I'm just kidding. You know who she is? She's the girl from the Cherry Pie video. Bobby Brown.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
She got the lupus from
She got it
boobies?
from, she was on News Radio.
She's incredibly hot in the Cherry Pie video.
Very attractive young lady.
All right, we're going to take a break and continue.
That and the girl from the Once Bitten, Twice Shy video.
The worst case of hitting the wall ever was Tawny Katane.
Oh, my God.
Here I go again. White Snake video.
White Snake
now.
sprawled on that car. And then now, her crackhead.
Fuck, she hit that wall.
Her on Surreal Life. Wow. Yikes.
Oh, was she on Surreal Life? I didn't see it.
Yikes.
Yeah,
What year?
really
What season?
Like last year.
Really?
Well, maybe a little more than that
before,
now.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
I
that
couldn't
mug
watch
shot of her.
After Mini-Me was peeing in the corner, I was done. I was like, this is just too much.
Yeah.
This is too much of a train wreck for me.
It just started getting good. All right, Joe Rogan, Caroline's, New York City. Rich Voss, Governor's Long Island this weekend. We'll continue. Well, we got some audio from the Tonight Show appearance.
Opie and Anthony.
It's great.
They're like the hottest guys on radio.
Wow, that's really nice.
Really nice. Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
It starts with an O&A plug before headlines.
Opie and Anthony Show on XM Radio.
Very nice.
Tested. Leno approved.
They plugged us like 3 times last night on the show.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
The hottest show there is. Hottest show there is.
That paper, yo.
Yeah, good. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck it, yo.
Yeah, get that paper, yo.
That is how Tracy starts a conversation. How you doing, man? What we do is just combat.
That's what it
All right,
is.
good.
What?
Let's have a nice chat.
Making money, bitch.
Okay,
Let's
fine.
have a nice chat.
It was frustrating listening because I was like listening to you guys trying to say something funny and he just kept going and going. There was a couple times where Anthony tried to talk and I was listening. I was just like, God.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm the floor, you're the ceiling, man." Like what? What does that mean?
And you don't want to feel like you're stupid, so you go, yeah. Like, wait a minute. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
that's streak.
Hey, Wade, Toronto, what's up?
Hey, Wade.
Boys, how are you?
Hey, Wade, that was my deal, Wade. Hey, these are some sweet numbers, Wade.
Hey, morning, guys.
Cold up there,
I
eh?
just wanted to say, man, Octane there, that was freaking awesome, man. And when I get home today, I'm going to definitely get on your website, man, and order that fucking CD.
Yeah,
Joe, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Did you miss going to the UFC tournament because of your comedy tour, or is there?
Yeah, no, I mean, I miss every now and then. I miss one of them, but I'll be at most of them. I missed the last one because it was supposed to be in Vegas, and I was doing the HBO Comedy Festival in Vegas, and it was already booked in advance, and the UFC was supposed to be in Vegas too, but last minute they moved it to Sacramento. That's why I missed it.
By the way,
right,
Joe,
sure.
we tried to get you for the O&A Traveling Virus, you know.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who'd you talk to?
I don't know. Somebody talked to your people.
Why don't you guys just talk to me?
Yeah, it would have been too easy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No one talked to me
I'd
at
have to
all
go through so
about
many
it.
fucking channels.
You were on the list.
About what?
My friend.
Are you sure?
He
about
was
the
on the list
traveling
for the
virus?
O&A Traveling Virus.
No
Oh,
one.
yeah. I think wasn't it the Maxim tour that you were doing?
I did the Maxim tour after that. You guys were doing the
There was
traveling
a
virus
conflict or something going on.
Yeah, for some reason, I remember hearing that.
I just want to let you know, man to man, we try to get you.
Well, I would have loved to have done it.
We're going to do it this summer, and hopefully it'll be
Well, I'll do it. I don't know what happened. No one talked to me at all, though. No one. I spoke to no one. So if I found it, I've been having problems with this kind of stuff anyway. So I'll look into it. I'll find out what the deal is.
All right, very good.
Because I've heard this from club owners. I'm trying to get you my club. I'm like, whoa, no one said this.
Happy Feet.
Oh, it was a fucking good
Joe
movie.
loves it.
Happy Feet was a fucking good movie. I got stoned as fuck, and I said, let me go see a little kid's movie. It might be interesting. And I actually enjoyed it. Happy Feet's a good fucking movie. There's these leopard seals. I love watching seals kill penguins. You ever see specials on leopard seals?
Oh yeah, Discovery
Leopard seals
Channel.
are the scariest fucking monsters that live in the water. I didn't even know they existed until that penguin movie, and they just swim around and just jack penguins. They're monsters.
Yeah.
And there's cool leopard seals in this movie. But the basic premise of the movie is these penguins are trying to go through their life, and they're scared of aliens. That there's like penguins that get abducted by aliens. It turns out the aliens are the people, and aliens abduct them and take it. It's long, convoluted.
Put tags on them and stuff.
I fucking enjoyed the movie. It was a good movie.
How high were you, man?
That was pretty high.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
2 lollipops. Two lollipops.
I've been thinking about smoking again.
Dude, let's do it.
I've been thinking.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah, how long has it been? How long have you stopped for?
It's been, man, I'm not going to sound cool, but over 10 years.
But if you didn't have a problem with it, why stop? If you could do it once in a while.
I don't know.
If you could do it once in a while,
The key with pot is 2 things: getting the right shit and not smoking too much of it. That's the key. Because when everybody tells me, "Oh, I get paranoid," the reason why you get paranoid is because you're taking too much. All right, it's a mind-blowing experience. The right tetrahydrocannabinol, if you get it in the right doses, will fuck up your worldview. You have to do it slowly and cautiously. You have to step gently into the water. You don't dive into the fucking deep end of the cold water. You walk slowly in, take 1 hit, and wait like an hour before it sets in. I don't even feel anything. Let me take another hit. And then you're 4 or 5 hits in, you're thinking about the 5th grade and you're crying. That's not good.
That's the difference.
You don't want that.
Pot and like crack will wear off after a couple seconds. Pot will just linger in your
slowly, like he comes on waves.
So you would think, like, real good shit.
The shit that I smoke,
one hit, and don't even hold it in long.
Dude,
yeah.
Dude, Rogan's a professional smoker.
Yeah.
I smoke the stuff he smokes, and I smoke once every few weeks, And it's such a fine line. If I cough, I am fucked.
You're done. Really? Is that it?
Fucked. Yeah.
I got Charlie Murphy so fucking high. Charlie Murphy smokes pot all the time, and on the Max and Toy, he's like, yeah, I smoke weed all the time. I go, dude, you don't smoke my shit. Oh, man, I don't want to hear about that shit. You ain't got no good shit. Let me smoke your shit. I go, go ahead. You try some of the train wreck there, my friend. And I got him barbecued. I made him go in deep, because I'll go 3-4 hits and then go on stage. But the normal human cannot go 3-4 hits and go on stage. You won't fucking remember anything. You won't even remember how you got onto the stage.
3 or 4 hits does that?
Yeah. Oh! 3 or 4 hits, and you will be fucking on Pluto.
He's getting
Wait,
quality.
I haven't used this. I haven't talked like this in a while. How they still talk like this? Well, how about if you smoked a whole J?
Well, you can do it, but you got to be experienced. You got to be able to handle the matrix. I mean, it's just too strong.
You can't smoke a whole marijuana cigarette.
And it's different kinds of weed too. There's 2 different types, 2 very specific strains. One's called indica and one's sativa. And indica is the easy stuff to grow, and that's what most people have. And that's the stuff that makes you mellow, makes you want to sit on the couch and eat Doritos and watch TV, and it gives you the munchies. Sativa doesn't give you the munchies, and sativa it's like mostly grown in South America or grown indoors because it needs a longer growing season. It's more complicated to grow, takes longer to grow, and it's totally different high. It's like thinking about the universe, and you're thinking about atoms and subatomic particles blinking in and out of space, and you're like, whoa! You start thinking quantum mechanics and physics, and seeing people's auras and energy. I got so fucking high once. We did this Fear Factor thing where we were in San Francisco, and I had to hang out with the whole crew and eat dinner with them. And it was so boring. You know, they're so square, so I just got fucking super baked in my hotel room and came down, and I wasn't even seeing people. I was seeing, like, entities hiding behind their appearance and their clothes. And I was freaking out. It was real bizarre. It's almost like I give it to people and they think they got laced with acid.
You know, when you get really fucked up, it scares the shit out of you. What's living in your brain? You're like, fuck, this stuff.
Where is that hiding?
It cleans, but it gets that shit out in the open. You want to take a look at all that shit.
I didn't know I knew quantum physics.
So Ralphie's smoking the first kind you're talking.
Yeah,
about.
Ralphie's smoking munchie.
When we got high 20 years ago, was the stuff as strong back then? See, I don't know now.
It depends on who you ask. If you talk to the police, they say no. But if you talk to guys who grow it, they say there was always strong stuff around. But this weak shit right now. The thing is, in California, we have medical marijuana, so they have scientists that are working on pot, like crazy botanists that are potheads that come up with the most evil fucking strains of shit.
Breeding. And you reproduce it consistently.
I mean, we
over
had
again.
stuff like skunk weed that was so strong that you know.
Well, now they have THC percentages. Like, they'll tell you the content.
In the pot?
They have it all broken down.
What about the calories?
It's like nutritional value on a can of corn.
In the weed?
How many calories in a joint?
Well, you know, when I want to sound cool around all the teenagers, I'll go, hey, you got any Thai stick?
Yes.
Thai stick. Not anymore. The train wreck is the shit.
How
That's my favorite.
How about like hash? Is that still around?
Yeah, you can still
opium
get hash.
You can get hash at the medical marijuana
Opium
store.
hash?
Yeah, that's what we used to smoke. Opium hash. It was opium in the hash, and you would just like hallucinate.
No, I don't fuck around with anything that's addictive. I don't want anything that's my body's gonna want to have over and over again.
Do you think you're addicted to pot?
No, I've stopped smoking weed for months, weeks. Doesn't matter. It's not a physically addictive thing. A bunch of times.
Yeah, but addiction is mental.
Your buddy here saying what?
No, I mean he doesn't. I mean
you want pot so bad you have to lick it. I think Rogan is hooked on weed.
Listen, I just like it. I enjoy it.
Pop-Pops are good.
I go like all week and not get high, and then I get high like before I go on stage on the weekends. I do that all the time. But it's not a physically addictive thing, and I don't fuck with anything that's physically addictive. I won't even try it. I've never tried coke. I've never tried heroin. I've never tried, and all I'm into is consciousness expanding psychedelics. I'm into stuff that changes the way I think.
Yeah. By the way, got to give the big plug for Joe Rogan at Caroline's. When we weren't working, I was just wandering around L.A. and walked into the Comedy Store, and he was on stage and did an hour of just amazing fucking comedy. So different than most of the guys working today.
Yep.
It's so
Thanks, man.
It gets deep. It makes you start thinking, and there's a ton of laughs in there as well. Obviously.
I finally recorded a CD. I've been putting this off forever. Yeah, it's done.
I would love it.
It's called Shiny Happy Jihad, and it'll be it's done. It's completely finished, and it'll be out in Comedy Central in a couple months.
I highly recommend you see Joe Rogan at Caroline's this weekend. Sorry, Rich.
No, hey, listen.
Well, because he's competing against you.
No,
but if you're on Long
No,
Island,
he's not. Voice of the Governor. It's totally different market.
All right, good.
He is so funny. There's never a time I've seen Joe not have a good set. You just sit there and there's certain comics.
And it's different every time, right, Joe?
Pretty much. I mean, it's always a little different.
I won't watch a comic. He barely watches comics, but someone like him, you come into a room, like if he and you go, you got to watch him. Patrice, you got to watch. There's certain comics. No, if you want to see good comedy.
I don't like your hat.
Joe, do you do material? Do you do set material, or do you go up there and just start?
I have so much.
Around?
Well, I have areas that I definitely want to touch on. I have like 3 or 4 areas that I always want to touch, but I have so much material I can go anywhere. It's just like, I've been doing comedy for 18 years now. Wow. So it's like, I just, you know how it is. You have an idea in your head and you just go on stage and just get the party rolling.
Well, first you got to have an idea in your head. You were looking at Rich.
First of all, we did a one-nighter in Seaside about 17 years ago, or 16 years ago.
At least 16, yeah.
It was just a one-nighter, and you just watch him, you go, he's great, man.
Yeah, we would love to have you on the tour next summer.
I would love to be on it. I can't believe that you guys try to get in contact with.
Well, there was a list that was made.
Yeah, you know what, man? I don't know.
It's the biggest bummer, and I still love the guy, and I even saw him recently. Brian Regan turned us down.
He turned
He was too scared of our crowds.
I don't think so. I think he knows the crowds love him. Our crowds love Regan. I think it was an image thing. I think it was an image thing.
Well, that's what I mean by being scared.
Fucking agents.
Yeah, I think they were scared.
He's doing so well right now. That's what it is.
Those places
he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared that he wasn't going to kill. But he was scared of the crowds and what that would do to his image.
I think his management might have thought it would look bad if Brian Regan was at a show and it ends up like Altamont Speedway with our fucking crowd. And so Brian Regan can't get another gig. He's squeaky clean because some fucking body gets shot or raped in the crowd while he's on stage.
I don't think it would ever hurt him. But guys are so scared about what's going to hurt their career. Yeah. Nothing hurts you if you're honest.
A big mistake, by the way, because the crowds were unbelievable.
Kelsey Grammer allegedly fucked a 13-year-old. Right. Remember the whole babysitter scandal, allegedly?
Ooh.
That went away years ago? Yes. And he survived, and he went on to do his big show, whatever it was called.
What really sucked is Dennis Regan turned him down, too. Turned down the tour.
Dennis opened for Brian. Avery Fisher Hall.
You guys got to see.
I saw the Billy Burr YouTube video. Sorry.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
dude. When it was going down, we're like,
legendary.
Oh, shit.
Legendary.
Philadelphia's the worst.
Fuck
city in
the
world.
Liberty Bell,
dude. That's what killed me was his knowledge of Philly. Was second to none.
Yeah,
he had a fucking encyclopedia of Philly and just knew what to throw out at those animals.
What I love about Bill is he writes so much. He's always writing. Yeah. That guy's always got new shit. He's a very funny guy. Charlie Murphy was talking about him when we were talking about the tour. When we were on tour, he was saying this Bill Burr's always got new material. It just puts everybody to shame.
Yeah. The YouTube video is unbelievable. If you haven't seen it yet, throw Bill Burr in the search.
Bill's great. I love when he's on the show because we get into it. He's such a fucking make-believe idealistic guy. Yeah.
Well, doesn't he have a black girlfriend? Isn't that what's going on?
Yeah.
Those guys are always like, my manager has a black girlfriend. Same shit. Anything black people do is great.
Yeah.
Loves it.
There's a lot of white guilt there, but we'll talk about anything.
It's hilarious. He'll have
finance, politics, anything, and we always end up on such complete opposite ends of the spectrum. He gave me a book to read. I read like the first 2 chapters, and he keeps saying, "Did you read the book? Did you read the book?" I go, "It's on my night table. I read the first chapter. It's all bullshit." And he's like, "You didn't even read the fucking thing. You didn't even get past when he was fucking 9 years old."
Got pissed
and I knew he was just full of shit. And we'll go off and then we're done with the break. And it's like, you fucking guy.
Liberals. You got to write new material, man. Like I'm getting a lot of shit lately. I don't care what people think, but I got pulled over by a cop, and the shit I said to him, like when he asked.
Yeah.
What did you say, Jimmy?
Oh, I don't even want to get into it now, but he's like, you know how fast you were going, and the retorts I had.
You realize you were speeding? No, but then again, I'm drunk.
We gotta,
let me tell you.
People stealing my stuff already.
You're drinking tonight? Why? You buying?
Well,
they said he's a cop.
I saw the lights. I thought it was a disco.
And then the cop pulls me over, right? And he goes, "So why are there bloody child's underpants in your pocket?" What? That's how it starts. I'm not going to give away the punchline.
Because I haven't sold them yet.
Go see Jim New Year's Eve, and he'll have the punchline for you. Atlantic City, baby.
Atlantic City.
Hey, we got a question for Joe Rogan. Jim in Illinois, what's up?
Hey, man, it's Jeff. Hey, Joe, as public as you are about getting high and everything, aren't you ever concerned about being made an example of like they did Dominic Chong?
If I ever get busted, it would be the worst thing that could ever happen to the anti-marijuana movement, because I will talk about it. And I will talk about it everywhere, constantly. I'll talk about it in newspapers, websites, everything. And people will realize the facts behind it. And the real facts behind it are cigarettes kill 400,000 people every year in this country, and no one does a thing to stop it. Marijuana's killed no one ever in 10,000 years of use. There's no reason whatsoever it should be illegal. Now, if you're down for your daddy telling you what to do no matter what, you just got to listen to him, then don't smoke pot. But I think there's some laws that are fucking completely ridiculous, and pot is the most completely ridiculous. And I'm a guy who respects cops. I am pro-law enforcement all the way. I have friends that are cops. I do jujitsu with a bunch of cops. I've been in martial arts my whole life, and I've known cops my whole life. And I've never had a problem with cops. I get pulled over, it's yes, sir, no, sir, here's my license. I've never had a problem with a cop being a dick to me, never had a problem with a cop giving me a hard time. I've always been respectful. It's not cops, it's the law. And the law is based on economics, because the DEA is a gigantic business now, and it has nothing to do with protecting people, has nothing to do with making sure children are okay. Because why is liquor legal? Why are prescription drugs legal? Why is it so easy to get someone on Prozac and so easy to get people on Zoloft and all these different drugs that are designed to change your mental chemistry? And that's not what it's about. It's all about economics. And
but you said no one's ever died from pot. You
never.
Can't say, well, how do you know somebody's never in a car accident because they were?
Well, that person's a fucking retard.
Yeah,
retards get in car accidents anyway.
Yeah,
you get in a car accident if you were doing text messages.
Yeah, how do you die if you're in a car accident? You were going 8 miles an hour.
By the way, I disagree. I disagree that it's economics. I think it's more, because I think they make more if they tax it. I think it's more of an ideological thing where, like, the same reason they're against stem cell research. The pot is just seen by people as a get-high drug like cocaine. The perception of it is what the problem is. I think they can make more taxing it than they do allowing the DEA.
But you can't patent it. It grows. That's the problem. You can alcohol is very tough to make. It's difficult. You got to get a
tobacco.
It's very tough. Tobacco's tough to grow too, bro. It's not an easy drug to grow. Marijuana will grow everywhere. If you had a crop duster plane and just flew around dropping seeds, you come back in 3 weeks, you'd have pot everywhere.
Yeah, but here's the thing too with pot, and they also look. Anybody that's doing heroin or coke or addicted usually started with pot.
So what? So what? You can start with alcohol and go right to heroin.
Yeah.
That's the gateway drug is a ridiculous argument.
Because usually they didn't start with pot. They started, breaking into the old man's liquor cabinet.
The real problem is people have drugs, and it's all drugs under one umbrella. When you put everything under an umbrella, you negate the reality that there's totally different reactions that your brain has to these substances. Caffeine's a very serious drug. 10,000 people a year die from caffeine. Nobody dies from pot, and it's illegal.
Pot's not heroin.
Yeah, it's not heroin, it's
but
not
it's an
crack.
illegal drug, so it's under the same umbrella.
It's Schedule 1. It's more illegal than cocaine. Cocaine is Schedule 2.
There are people doing fucking major time for weed.
Yeah.
And people that have killed people.
Yeah.
That get out before, a guy that's stealing weed.
My mom views it as pot and heroin. It's pretty much just drugs.
Yeah, it's drugs.
Well, most people do if they're ill-informed.
Most people don't know.
The real reason why pot was made illegal was completely economic, and a lot of people don't know about this, but marijuana was made illegal in 1935 because they came out with a product called the decorticator. See, before that, hemp was a huge crop, and it was used to make the
decorticator.
Hemp was used to make parachutes and paper and all sorts of different things, but it was used mostly by slaves. They used slaves to turn the hemp fiber into pulp. Well, it was once 1865, when slavery was outlawed, they started using cotton more often. And then in 1935, it was on the cover of Popular Science magazine, Hemp, the New $1 Billion Crop. Mm-hmm. And William Randolph Hearst owned the newspapers, and he also owned all these paper plants. And hemp is a far superior paper. He was going to have to transfer all of his paper plants into hemp paper. And so instead of doing that, what they decided to do was go after the hemp industry by making marijuana, this street slang for this drug, but which it wasn't even. Marijuana was a slang for a Mexican wild tobacco leaf, and they attached it to cannabis. They attached it to hemp and said that this is what they used. Marijuana is making these blacks and Mexicans rape all these white women. So Congress outlawed marijuana, not even knowing that they were outlawing the crop hemp. They didn't even know what they were doing. And that was 1935. Then they came out with all these movies, Reefer Madness, all this crazy shit, and they kept pumping out this propaganda. And to this day, it still persists because of Harry Anslinger and because of William Randolph Hearst. That's the only reason why pot's illegal.
It's perception then. It's a perception of pot.
But it's economic. I mean, the DEA is a monstrous institution. There's so many people with corporate prisons, with privately owned prisons, and all this money in the DEA and all this money in the prisons. 50% of the people that are in prison because of drug offenses. And out of those drug offenses, something like 85% of them are marijuana. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's a lot of fucking people. That's millions. That's a lot of money. And that's where it's economic. And that's why you can't just make it legal. Then just chaos. People would be out of jobs. Everything would go crazy. Lobbyists. It's too much. The beer does it. When you see all those ads for like the marijuana ads or the drugs, like you support drugs, you support terrorism, those are all by beer companies. Alcohol companies sponsor those fucking ads. They make those ads. They don't want marijuana to be legal because it would fuck them up.
Pot goes well with a nice cold beer. I think it would help.
Just a question about the
they should get along.
about the prison thing, because if they're putting guys away for prison, I mean, it costs a lot of money to keep a prisoner in, X amount of $1,000s a year. And plus they have to keep building prisons to put more people in, which costs the state a lot of money.
But they're private. They're private.
Have they privatized prisons?
Yes. Fuck yeah. It's huge. It's huge.
All right, listen, I hate to interrupt, but we got to leave.
Well, you got another hour with fucking Joe and
shit cakes. We got to go.
We have to leave early today.
Yeah, we got a meeting.
We're filming an XM commercial. We asked Joe to stay, and you're going to stay?
Sure.
All right, you got Voss to work with?
It's going to be the Voss Amazing Racist.
And you got the Amazing Racist, Ari. And you got Octane. Fit them in?
Fuck yeah, man.
Fit them in to do a song or two?
Yeah, man. I want to hear this song. See if we can play that Enemy song, the actual studio version.
You can do that as well. Dude,
can we do that?
You got between now and 12. It's up to you.
Okay.
When you guys doing for the commercial?
But honestly, if you want to bail at 11, you can do that too. Whenever you want to end.
Okay.
But you got to 12 if you need it.
What do you think, boss?
Hey, I'm down.
And you got
I love doing it.
You got Than here.
Okay.
He'll work the phones and kind of direct you a little bit.
All right, let's
if
do
you
it.
need it.
Sounds good, man.
And you can take like 2-3 breaks an hour.
Okay.
Jesus, that was easy.
I know.
Whatever you want to do.
So you guys going to West Palm?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, but we'll see you tomorrow. You coming back in?
Yes, yeah, we're doing the show
It'd
tomorrow.
be funny if for an hour all Rogan said is 212-757-4100. 212-757-40. Just gave out the Caroline's number. You should do that for an hour.
You know what though? Even if he does that,
Who do you think he is?
people will listen. All right, Joe.
All right, gentlemen.
You want to take a break and then come back with Joe?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we'll take a little break. I'll take a leak.
All right, they'll take a leak. The show will continue with Joe Rogan, Rich Voss, the Amazing Racist, and Octane from Philly. That's a pretty good combo right there, guys. With Dan on the phone, so.
Coming up next on Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton sings
Forget me not, you sightless twat. Your dog just shit on my rug.
Thought that was pretty fucking funny, didn't you?
All right, it's the Opie and Anthony show, except no Opie, no Anthony. It's me, Joe Rogan, Rich Voss, and Ari Shaffir, a.k.a. the Amazing Racist. And we also have Octane here with us, and we're going to try to play... Octane played on the walk over. We're going to try to play this Enemy song. That's the first track. Play that shit.
You know what sucks?
Non-acoustic.
When you get a band that good, how hard it is. Like comics can get on anywhere almost at this point. Like, if you got 4 friends, you can get on anywhere.
Right.
You know, and then they're delusional because they bring their friends, then their friends laugh, and, you know, they're too uncomfortable to say you're funny, you're great, and that... you know, perpetuates that they'll go on stage again and keep coming, and they're horrible. Then you get a band as good as this that, you know, they can't get signed. It's just, it's...
Well, not only that, bands are way hard because you can go on stage, you can get in a fight with Bonnie, you can do whatever, you can just go on stage.
Yeah.
But they have to fucking get along with each other, they hang out with each other, they have to rehearse. You don't rehearse, you write your fucking jokes. You write your shit, you come up with a funny idea, you write it on a napkin, you try it out at an open mic night, you know what I mean? They have to fucking work.
And you can't just go on tonight when you feel like it.
Right.
You've got to plan it way in advance.
You can't have an idea for a song. I'll have an idea for a joke, just show up at the comedy store and just ramble, you know, and just start talking about something, and the ideas will come out of it. But, you know, that's a lot of fucking work.
Well, and also, too, as a comic, like, we're not... either a comedy club is going to do comedy, like a place where a band plays, they say, well, you know, we're not getting a band, we're going to get a DJ, we're going to get karaoke, we're going to fill it in with, you know, so it's hard for them to find a venue, too.
And even if they do get a venue, people don't want them to play their own shit. They want them to play, you know,
covers.
do you do, you know, they want to... They wanted to play, like, even coming over here, Opie wanted them to play covers, and they played their own shit, and I'm glad they did. This is a song, let's play this Enemy song. This is a song that they played first. This fucking song rocks, man. This really got me. That fucking song is badass.
Yeah.
You know,
God damn, that song makes me want to run on a treadmill. I just want to start punching a heavy bag.
and not comparing to the band that was in earlier, but that's just as good as, you know, they should be just
compare
as
them. It's better.
Yeah,
what are you
well,
talking about? That's Jets. The one song is really good.
Yeah.
Are You Gonna Be My Girl? I love that song. That's a badass song. Those other two songs, like, you know, they're okay. This is not my style, but this fucking song is awesome. How these guys aren't huge? It's crazy.
Rock and roll.
They're not even signed. That's fucking insane. If anybody out there is a record executive and you're listening to this and you don't jump on this shit immediately, you're retarded.
You know what it is? They need somebody else to go. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
they can sit and listen to it.
exactly.
They need somebody else to come in a room or some other record company to want them.
Exactly. That's how it works. That's how it works in Hollywood. That's how it works in any entertainment business. Someone else has to step up and take the chance first.
Or if someone wants you, it's like a fucking, it's like a relationship. You don't want to fuck her until somebody else is fucking her or wants to fuck her.
Well, the other opposite. They don't want to fuck you until you're fucking somebody else.
Yeah.
If you're desperate,
Yeah.
nobody wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
That's why when you're in a bad streak, right? Come on. When you reek of desperate, so what's going on, ladies? They just smell you and run away.
They can see you holding the hammer behind your back.
Exactly.
Smash it into the car with.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than desperation.
And this guy looks, you know what? The guy, especially with the glasses, the lead, is so fucking marketable.
Let's get these guys in here. Let's get him in here. Let's talk to him.
They're,
Can we get him on that mic, on Anthony's mic over there?
Sure.
It's such a fucking weird business, man. And I hope, you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that the internet is going to change all this shit. The internet and all the access that people have to music now and comedy. It's already done with comedy. I mean, look what it did to Dane Cook.
Yeah.
That's all the internet. That's huge.
How
that fucking song's even better. Even better listening to the CD version of it, man. I love it even more now.
Thank you guys very, very much.
How long have you guys been playing? Like
almost 7 years we've been
together. Here's, you know what it is? It's longevity. You just got to stick it out because you know when you're that good, you have to hit.
Yeah, for sure, you guys are gonna hit. It's just a matter of time. It's totally time.
Where are you guys from?
That's a
Philadelphia?
fucking jam, dude. That's a serious jam.
Maybe you need a scandal or something.
Yeah,
I think we just walked into one. I think
maybe something to get you on the news. That band.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I just got to think anybody who's listening to that on the radio. This is finally now. Like, I mean, how many people are on the XM? How many people are listening? That shit's gonna get on the internet now. People are gonna record that song.
million.
I guarantee you that song is gonna go viral. That fucking song's badass, dude.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's just.
Thank you.
It's fucking good. You would think you're going, I know them. You hear the song, you're going, I know them.
Yeah, I mean, how many CDs you bought?
Is it on the
and
internet
there's, like,
somewhere? People
one
can download it?
good song
Yeah,
and like
there's a,
20 shit ones.
Was there like a demo version or a shorter version on our website you can download from there? It's also on our MySpace.
Your MySpace?
Yeah, so you can get it off there.
Octane Rock,
and Napster, and you know, you can get it. We know it's all on that stuff. I actually got the record from iTunes, so I didn't even have a copy, and I played on it. I just downloaded it off iTunes.
They didn't give you a copy of your own record?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
When you guys are playing, like if you're just jamming, like I don't know, like comics, like we were talking about before, it can be on stage and just working or ad-libbing the crowd, whatever. You'll come up with bits. Do you come up with stuff on stage from just jamming with each other? Or
Absolutely. Like when we first start new original songs, you know, we'll work them over to a degree in the rehearsal room. You know, we'll go through them, then we take them out live for at least 3 or 4 months before we'd ever record them, because that's where they become what they're going to become on the record. You get the feel, you get change little things up. You know, it'd be cool if you take out this bridge part, put this in here. They become what they become by performing them live for people and jam. Yes, they do.
The band.
You snooze, you lose, man.
Fucking Peter Best.
The Fifth Beatle.
The label's going to replace them right now. The label's already working on their replacements before they even give the deal.
So you guys
giving you Ashley Simpson.
Did you guys put that CD out yourselves?
Yes. Yep.
Are you playing anywhere coming up?
Yeah, we were actually supposed to be in town tonight, and it got canceled. It was a cigarette promotion. They canceled the gig.
The fuck?
So, yeah, it was a bummer. But we're gonna
maybe we can get you another gig. Somebody can call up. Anybody's got a bar. They need a band tonight. OctaneRocks.com. Email these motherfuckers. They're in town. You guys got a laptop while you're in town at your hotel?
Got a
Can you take
BlackBerry.
emails? Oh, you got okay. What's the email address?
You can get it right through Octane Rocks at OctaneRocks.com.
OctaneRocks at OctaneRocks.com?
Yes.
That's the email address. If you got a bar and you want Octane, they're free tonight.
We
have 'em tonight.
obviously we did those shows in Philly, and I love Philly. I was just working Philly. Do you find them a tough crowd or just a cool rock? I love Philly. It's just like
hate it.
You hated Philly?
Yeah.
We had
Why?
a
Have
great
you-
fucking time. We did the Maxim tour in Philly. It was awesome.
It
Philly
just,
was great.
the club there, the tours we did there. I went to see Stanhope there when we were off one night, and he was working just a rock and roll club, and we went there, and you just have so much fun in fucking Philly. I don't know why it gets this rap, because they just know how to party.
Well,
and
if you
have
take yourself seriously, they'll come after you. That's
they
what
will.
it is.
That's exactly
You know?
what it is.
Yeah.
we've done shows with nationals there, and it's like, you know, they come in and you know, obviously we're fortunate it's our hometown, so you have the hometown crowd, but if people come in there and they take themselves too seriously, they will eat you alive, man. I've seen
the Burr thing was about Dom Irrera and Jimmy Schubert. Jimmy Schubert bombed and Dom Irrera bombed, and they were booing them. And then Bill got on stage and went, "Fuck you guys, you booing them, fuck." And they were actually laughing at Bill while he was shitting on them.
Schubert, like I hosted the shows, I hosted the first half, and Schubert went on first. And Schubert is such a pro, because he's been doing it so long, and Schubert's a fucking funny guy. He just kept barreling through his fucking set. Just, you know, it was just like, it was
not
almost
acknowledging it.
That was a knife.
No.
Huh?
Yeah, you can't just not acknowledge that you're eating it.
Well,
or that they're booing.
I think he might have been in shock too. He might have been in shock. You know, when you got 12,000 people
yelling at you.
But
hey, you blonde faggot.
And his family was there. He brought his parents and his family.
Oh, that's so nice for them.
He was
That's
scared.
nice. So they, you know, they brought him home.
They smelled blood.
You know, they brought him home. So we told you this comedy thing isn't right for you.
Schubert. He had his fucking family there when he bombed like that.
Well, at that time they were his family, not anymore.
Forced him.
But I love Philly. It's what a great. I did my CD in Philly a couple weeks ago. I'm editing it now. It's just great crowds.
Where'd you record that?
At Helium, at the club down there.
Cool.
So some guy who does rock bands, he did the recording and stuff. I don't even remember his name, but I know he was fucking good.
But he did a great job, you're sure.
Well, I'm listening to it at home, so he captured it. It's just Philly. It's a great. You know, good comics come from. I mean, great comics come from New York. Certainly, some Boston. There's great comics.
Hostile areas.
Good comics.
Yeah.
Because you gotta bring it. You gotta be good.
Right. You gotta respect their attention span and not be fake.
Yeah. You know, good entertainers come out of fucking Philly, man. You can name.
Yeah.
Just one right after the other. God, do I know how to do a radio show. I don't know how I don't have my own fucking
I gotta
show.
tell you guys, man, when we were coming here, we just had Jet in the studio on the CBS show, and we were walking. They said, "Oh, we're gonna have this band Octane." I'm like, "All right, you know, whatever. We're gonna see a band play." Dude, you guys blew me away. And I'm excited, and I got your CD now. That shit's gonna be on my iPod. I'm gonna listen to it all the time. And thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much.
Octane, OctaneRocks.com. And MySpace.com/OctaneRocks. Check it out. Make them your top friends, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, listen to it. Grab it.
Right.
Tell your club owner.
Take a leak, and then we'll come back and we'll answer some questions.
And also on their CD is like 15 minutes of Dane Cook.
Oh,
oh, that's very nice.
Well, it's not really. It's 15 minutes of Louis C.K., but Dane Cook's doing it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with a Joe Rogan show.
Holla!
You're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony Show. I am your host, Club Soda Kenny. We continue with Joe Rogan hosting the show, along with Rich Voss and Ari Shaffir. They discuss comedy, music, drug use, sex, and talk to some callers. Interesting, you think?
This sucks, camel dicks! You're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony. You're failures! Failures!
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Sans Opie, sans Anthony. No Jim Norton, Rich Voss, Ari Shaffir, and I'm Joe Rogan. What the fuck's going down? We're doing radio, dude.
Yeah, we just took over the show. They're going to film commercials.
I like it.
Yeah.
We're better than John and Jeff already.
Whoever they are, I'm sure we are.
Who are John and Jeff?
Some fucking guys in L.A. on at like 2 o'clock in the morning that make me cringe.
Yeah.
Holla.
What's the worst when you go on the road and you go into the radio station? Well, the worst is when they get you up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and you go do one break, and then they go, can you prepare, can you give us some notes what we should ask you? No.
I hate that so much. Like, no, I'm not that kind of a douchebag. Please.
Yeah. Well, what's even worse with me is they always want me to eat things.
Really?
We prepared something for you.
You know what?
Like an easy bake oven with, animal dicks in it.
How about I eat your Adam's apple, you jackass? How about, all right, and don't try to be funnier than me, all right? Just ad-lib and move on.
Not only that, they always go to Wikipedia and just you can tell, like, the questions are straight out of Wikipedia. Like, what I heard
where was
this.
Where the guys start asking about Phil Hartman, like, right off the bat?
Oh, I've had that happen, yeah, man.
It's like right off the bat, good morning, hey, how do you feel about Phil Hartman being dead? And you're like, what?
So, tell me this. Does it make you feel bad? No, me and a friend gets shot in the head. It's like, what the fuck? No big deal.
Out of the blue. It's like right at the start.
Yeah, but a good friend of yours, his wife shoots him in the head while he's asleep. What the fuck? You move on.
Yeah. I'm not Freddie Prince's roommate.
I didn't have to clean up the blood. It's just, what the fuck do you even say to something like that? It's just most people, the real problem with most people that are doing radio, and you know this as well as I do, they really want to be comics.
Yeah.
A huge percentage of them, DJs, wanted to be comics, and they didn't work out, and they don't really like comics that much. They don't like the fact that you're too confident. They don't like the fact that
threatened.
It's fucking really easy to be a radio DJ in wherever, St. Petersburg, Florida. Pick a city, and you're the morning guy, and you just got to be fairly likable, and you get on. And they get some guy who's a comic who's in town, and they go, well, this guy could just have my job if he called up and said, I want to be your radio guy.
Yeah.
Would it be easy for him?
I could do that in places. Give me some fucking numbers.
Where can I get a job?
Got a gig.
I am tired of going on the road.
Where's my best place? Are you tired of the road?
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, I'm tired of fighting with club owners. I'm tired of numbers. I'm tired of,
what do you mean numbers?
Dealing, you did.
How many people were there?
You didn't hit bonus. You missed it by 6 seats. Oh, really? Well, I would have bought those fucking 6 tickets. Okay, all right. Why didn't you tell me that? All right, I missed it by 6. Go fuck yourself. It's just dealing with these fucking people. Here's the deal, and you're at this level. All right. You just want to do 2 shows if you want in theaters, or 2 shows a weekend, or you want to be at the point where you go, all right, I'll do Friday, Saturday. This is the money. No, fuck it. The next club will. You know what I mean? You don't want to have to negotiate and fuck around with them.
Do you have a manager and agent that handles all that shit?
Yeah, I just got a new booking agent. I got a new agent. If it's you know what it is. It's like after last comic, I had a lot of heat, and they, and talking about radio guys. That's all I heard. That Chinese guys are funny. Who gives a fuck about who won the dumb show? All right, the show was about. It was a sitcom without a script. I don't give a fuck if I win a contest. I was funny on the show, you jackass. Don't you get it? Ooh, I gotta win. I don't give a fuck. That's why season 4 they were so desperate. I gotta win. You don't. You gotta be fucking good on the show and funny and show who you are, you jackasses.
Well, you mean anytime you have a contest with art, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it totally negates it because it's a subjective form.
Completely. Yeah. Like here's a perfect example. Octane. Yeah. Between Jet and Octane. Jet sells millions of fucking CDs. Yeah. Those guys are huge, and they're really good. I mean, that song, that Are You Gonna Be My Girl, is badass. These motherfuckers just played that song. That song blew me away. Nobody knows who they are. If they had a contest with Jet, I mean, who would win? How do you do that? It's impossible.
Fucking Jet is traveling to their next gig on a limo. These guys got to rush to Penn Central to get their train back to Philly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They had a gig tonight in New York and it got canceled. So they don't have shit.
And you definitely can't compare comedy. The only way to compare comedy is going, well, he's done it for 2 years. He's done it for 15. Right. He's where he should be at 2 years. He's where he should be.
And even then, it's like what you like. Like when people say, "What do you think about this comic?" I'll say, "This is what I think about any comic." If they're not stealing material, either I laugh at them or I don't laugh at them. And if I don't laugh at them, it doesn't mean they suck. It just means it's not my shit.
Yeah, I've done riddles a lot of times. A couple times.
Since the new guy took it over,
Brand, yeah.
All he cares about is if it's funny or not.
Yeah,
he's like, my crowd will come, but I just wanted to make sure it's a funny.
I'll tell you what's funny about their crowd, and they're a good crowd. We fucking it's packed there, but you got people come into that crowd that look like, a couple that should be in a picture with a pitchfork, to a guy that's walking out with tears under his eyes because he killed 12 fucking people, right?
Southern Chicago, it's such a mixture
such a diverse audience.
Farmland,
you got to go. Well, I got to make this quilting festival laugh, and I got to make this fucking Latin king that just did a nickel for fucking
Latin king. Yeah. Patrice was on stage once. Charlie Murphy was telling me the story, and someone was in the audience, some dude, and Patrice was tearing him apart, and the guy said, "Yeah, well, I'm king, whatever, with the Latin kings, I'm king, Muhammad, whatever. And, we'll see you outside in the, parking lot, motherfucker." And he's like, oh, shit. You gotta deal with that. Gang members that are heckling. You know who the Latin kings are? You don't know.
No,
West Coast boy.
Yeah. Why would you keep calling? I grew up in Maryland. I've been in L.A.
Well,
less time than you have.
You grew up on the west side of Maryland, okay?
I guess so.
You know how bad Baltimore sucks? The Orioles are so bad. When I was in Baltimore, I saw 2 pigeons holding down an Oriole as a crow raped it. But anyhow, here's the thing about
I should have said how bad are they. That's the only thing.
When you get I was doing a show at Caroline's once. It was an all-black audience, right? I used to do a lot of the all black shows when I did. And there was a couple up front. I mean, there was two ladies up front, and this black lady had blonde hair, and I go, I loved you in Demolition Man, that's all. Well, her girlfriend, they were lesbians, I didn't realize, got up and threw a drink at me. The whole
That was for that?
Well, I also called her small tits, whatever. But it just...
There was small tits?
I don't know what the fuck. Whatever she said,
called her
then
a
I
cunt.
go... I know, I didn't call her cunt, but
She
that
should have just
doesn't, that
accepted.
doesn't work in
Whatever
Black
you
Club.
said, she should have accepted.
Yeah, it was a joke. The audience was laughing. She got up, she threw a drink out at me. The whole place went silent, right? Oh, shit. As they're walking her out, I go, don't think you're not paying for that drink either, bitch, right? The crowd went, ooh, I went, good night, thank you, right? Because you got to end on a big laugh with a black audience.
What is it about black audiences that are so fucking hostile and so? If you kill, though, you kill.
Yeah,
when you kill,
they're very
dude, they will
vocal.
fall out of their fucking tables. They'll be slapping their hands on the ground.
High five, they run, they jump.
But if it goes bad, there's no recovery, dude.
Well, here's the deal, too. A black audience they know if you're real. Even if you're white or black, they could feel you know what I mean?
Are you trying to say they're more animalistic? Is that what
no, not at all. What I'm trying to say, they can have a good time because they don't have to get up early for work, so they can stay out late. They can have, I was doing a black crowd at a club in New York. And there's a good set going, and I said, how am I going to sabotage this? And I started trashing Sharpton in front of a black audience. I don't know why. I just started trashing them and some big black lady. She had to be 500 pounds. Started booing me. The audience was booing, and I go, "Bitch, as fat as you are, you should be mooing, right?" And the crowd went, "Ah!" I went, "Good night, thank you." You gotta get out. But they are the best audiences if they like you.
Yeah,
you can be real with them.
Either way,
I used to do
there's no silence.
I used to do a lot of black clubs in Boston because you know, when I first started out in Boston, I couldn't get any gigs in the city. All my gigs were like in bars and stuff outside of Boston. Anything that you get paid for, like in town, like the main clubs, like where like Nick's Comedy Stop and like the Comedy Connection, I couldn't get any of that because I was dirty. You know, so I used to work all these outside rooms, and I used to work a couple black clubs in Medford, Dorchester, and. Dude, when you killed, you fucking killed. You killed. They would die laughing. It was like the biggest laughs ever. But when you bomb, man, it was death.
They like. I was doing a club called Terminal D. It was like the first black club in New Jersey. I mean, it was. And I was hosting a show, and this black comic went on, and he was bombing so bad. They were booing him, giving him the bell and everything, right? So before he ends the show, he goes, "You know what? I worked a white club last night, and they were so much better to me than my own people. Fuck you," and he walked off. And I went back on because I'm the host. I'm going, you know, I'm not going to lie. I was at the white club, and they didn't like him there either. And that's the shit black people love. They just went nuts. They just went nuts.
It's like anything else. You get to feel their vibe. You get used to it. You know? I know a lot of guys, like Dice has gone up on Fat Tuesdays in the Comedy Store.
I started in black rooms, too, like a little bit in L.A., because the white rooms wouldn't have me.
Yeah.
Just because... You know,
you're a Jew.
Well, I wasn't any good, so the black was the first ones that were like put me on like real shows.
You know what's good when you're doing a mixed that's good when you're doing a regular club and there's a mixed audience because if you're doing racial edgy stuff, the black people will laugh and then white people will go, well, they're laughing, we can laugh.
Yeah, it's that moment of like the look over and say, okay, they're cool.
So I can laugh now, you know, because if it's all white, they're like, oh, you know, I can't, you know. They think they're going to lose their fucking job or they're just a white guilt.
I wonder what the Kramer thing is going to do for comedy. I wonder if that's going to change shit.
It might fuck things up with Jamie Masada saying he's going to ban.
That's gonna change. And how many times do people say nigger? I mean, how often does that get said
Mooney
on stage?
Said he won't say it anymore. He's used it easily over 1 million times.
Well, Mooney's just getting a little bit more publicity. He's saying it.
I would say it on stage.
Homie, please. Yeah. I'm saying it.
I would say it more on stage if I had windows to roll up and a car door to lock. You know?
Bring one on with you. Bring a window.
You know what I'm worried about is those two fucking douchebags that were heckling. Those guys, bottom line, everyone who heckles is a fucking douchebag. There's no cool, enlightened, really nice, friendly hecklers. Those guys are assholes. Any guy screaming shit out, those guys are pieces of shit. They're interrupting a show. That said, those guys are suing. and they're suing the Laugh
What are they
Factory.
suing for?
They got Gloria Allred.
She's a cunt.
A cunt?
She's the worst.
She is.
She's
For
just
sure.
looks for
She's a publicity
publicity.
whore, for sure.
She won't let them do interviews unless she gets an interview too.
What if they started a show, and here's the idea for the show. What if they started a show called Heckled, just like Punked, and they set up hidden cameras in a comedy club, and they have these two douchebags, and they sit in the audience, and they put little something in their ear, and they have comics feed them lines, and they try to fuck up comics. They get like some road guy that's got like, one, live at Gotham credit or something like that, and he's, headlining in Bettendorf, Iowa on a Thursday, and they just fuck this guy's world up.
That'd be fun to
possible.
watch. That'd be fun to watch.
That's possible, right?
Well,
Could
yeah.
you imagine if they did you? Imagine if you were in the fucking audience with like a fake mustache on an outfit so they couldn't recognize you, and you just got to ruin.
It'd be great.
I mean, come on. What
And
if
you
had
would
a
know, you guys would know
microphone?
too, when to not
yeah.
talk back. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, where are you from? Silence.
Well,
So
I
they're
mean,
like,
that would be dependent on them talking back to you. But just to be able to yell shit out, I mean, to fuck up. I mean, how many times have you seen a bad comic on stage? Just felt like I could just ruin this guy if I wanted to.
Oh yeah, me and Patrice go back and forth. If he's in the audience and I'm on stage, we'll start going.
Yeah, people do that at the store all the time.
Or me and
Don
Bon-
Barris, we'll do that all the time. Brian Holtzman, Heckle Holtzman,
Or me and Bonnie will do that. We have
The bedroom?
I said to her the other night, I go, keep it up, I'm not going to clean your back off. She goes, that little bit will evaporate. Fucking Brian Holtzman, if you've never seen, you have to see this guy.
He's hilarious.
I just sit and watch him in amazement on how out of his mind and funny he
He's
is.
fucking crazy. Brian Holtzman is a guy who's a regular at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. Very rarely does he go anywhere else. He actually works full-time. He used to work for U.S. Air. I don't know if he's still working for them. Does he? Who does he work for now? Does he have a full-time job or did he get fired?
pretty sure he's a meter maid.
A meter maid? Whoa. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's one of the funniest comics in L.A. He's got a joke on Susan Smith. Remember Susan Smith, that chick who drowned her kids? He goes, ladies and gentlemen, I heard those were bad kids. I heard they sat right in front of the TV. They didn't put their fucking blocks away. They were always spilling their milk. They will not be missed.
I heard Stanhope had him open at the Improv for him out there.
Yeah.
He was out of his element, so he wasn't on his game.
Don't like the Improv.
He's got to be in a dark, dark room. So the best thing about the Comedy Store is the spotlight hits you. You don't see shit in the audience. You don't see anybody's
one row
face.
back. That's it.
And he can just be himself there and play with the microphone and play with his clothes and just go off into his weird little Holtzman world.
He is fucking funny.
Yeah, he's very
funny. We were talking about earlier before. Certain comics, you'll walk in the room, I got to watch this fucking guy. It's, because you never know what's going to come out.
He's the saddest one to me because that guy should be huge. I mean, I've known Brian for 8, 9, 10 years now. I mean, I've known him ever since I was at the Comedy Store. I mean, maybe a year after I was at the Comedy Store, he started going there. And he's always been fucking
He's always
hilarious.
people's favorite.
Yeah, comics' favorite.
Yeah.
He's a real comics comic.
Because you don't know, like, if he's going to go over.
I've seen him rush the crowd.
Well, he got knocked out by Martin Lawrence's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence's bodyguard was in the audience, and Martin Lawrence threw money in his face, and people got shot, and shit happens, man.
Oh, that was that Law and Order episode, I bet. That's what that was based on.
Yeah, it was based on that. They always do that. They rip shit over the headlines all the time.
Yeah.
But he went to some club, and I think he was with Jennifer Lopez at the time. And some guy got in his face, and I got more money than you, nigga. And he threw like a wad of hundreds in his face, and the guy he was with shot somebody, and it got fucking crazy.
I would have been on the ground picking up those bills.
You know what, man? You can't always floss. You can't always just go. You got to know where to go and where not to go.
That's true. That's why P. Diddy heckled me. He had a club called...
Really?
He had a club called Justin's. It was a one-night or black show in New York. So I was doing a spot there on the show. And it was going well in the beginning. And then all of a sudden I just started losing them. I lost and I started bombing, right? And then I heard in the back the siren, from the Apollo, like, get off.
Right.
And I don't know who said it. And I'm on stage going, you know what, fuck you, giving me this. I go, do you know what I've accomplished in life? I'm a good dad, I got 2 daughters, I got 15 years sober at the time, whatever. I go, I've been on this show, that show, whatever. I go, what the fuck have you accomplished? And the place went silent. And I get off stage and go, that was Puff Daddy giving you the siren. What have you accomplished?
Oh,
well,
shit.
let's say the building you're in. Let's start with that one, you dumb little cracker Jew.
Oh, a little thing called Notorious B.I.G.
You guys want to take some phone calls?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
man.
we got Eli in Minnesota's got a question for Voss. Eli, go ahead, man.
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
Fucking Voss, I saw you at Acme in Minneapolis. You fucking rocked.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a good time there.
Is Minneapolis good?
Yeah.
I was there that night when you went off on that girl who was half Indian and half black.
Oh, God. I think I got that on tape somewhere. I do have that on tape.
Oh, my God. I was with that guy. That's my buddy and his wife. And, oh, my God. At first, I didn't know, because she can be really great about racist humor, and then other times she'll be just a total cunt about it, but she loved it.
Oh, I said to her...
Sweet.
I remember saying this when she was half Indian, half black. I didn't mean it. I go, what tribe are you? I go to her, what tribe are you from? Right? And I meant I meant on the Indian side, right? Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. That's a good club.
That was me and my buddy. I think other than you, were like the only people that got that right away, because me and my buddy both started laughing like as soon as you said that. And you sat there and you're like, oh fuck, that was pretty good. And like the rest of the audience, even my wife, they're like, huh?
Yeah, I was going to make a new CD from that week, but I just didn't feel that. Minneapolis, you've been there, right?
No, I haven't been. I'm going, though.
Cool city, man.
Yeah, I've heard.
The downtown, they have a statue downtown of Mary Tyler Moore, right downtown by the Macy's.
What?
So late at night, I drove and jerked off on it because I always wanted to fuck her, right?
Really?
And that's the closest I could get to was
Hold on.
jerk off on the statue.
They have a statue of Mary Tyler Moore?
I have two problems with that.
What's the first
one?
What's the second one? Fuck the first one.
The second one is you always had to think for Mary Tyler Moore?
She was hot. Are you
Dude, back in the
crazy?
day?
When?
Dude, back in the day, pre-Lou Grant show.
Even with, when she was Lori Petty on the fucking show with Dick Van Dyke.
Dude, she was hot.
She was a
super
cutie.
hot. On Dick Van Dyke, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
You guys were idiots.
And what's this?
We're idiots.
You were 12 years old.
Whoa. Don't you like Tank Girl, you fucking homo?
That's different because she's hot.
Oh, okay.
All right, what's the second problem?
What's the first one?
Jerking off on a statue.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What's the big
You ever jerk
fucking
off on a
deal?
magazine?
Yeah.
Same shit.
Well, there's not people around.
Let's take that guy in
Thank
Vegas.
you.
All right, Terrell in Vegas. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, dude?
Man?
Nothing much. I wanted to ask you what was going on, how you felt about the government trying to ban salvia d'amore.
Are they trying to ban it?
I know they're trying to ban it here in Vegas. It's all over the news. Like, they're trying to say it has dangerous properties and that kids are using it as a second way to get high. They're comparing it to marijuana a lot.
Yeah,
obviously they're two completely different substances.
Well, it's a pretty serious psychedelic. It's kind of weird that it's legal. There was another drug that was legal that's even more powerful. It's still legal technically, which is called 5-methoxydimethyltryptamine, 5-MeO-DMT, which you used to be able to get online and just order it, and it's about 1 million times more powerful than mushrooms, which is illegal rather. And this salvia divinorum is, I know they tried a long time ago, like a couple years ago, to make it illegal, and it didn't get passed. You could still buy it at head shops, and it's kind of crazy.
Online and stuff.
Yeah, it's way more powerful than marijuana. Way more powerful than, I mean, it's an out-of-body experience. When you smoke it, you have these really intense psychedelic experiences.
Where do you get it from? What is it?
It's salvia divinorum. It's a plant, and you smoke it through a bong, and it's a psychedelic
Is
plant.
it new?
Was that
No,
CSI?
it's been around for thousands of years.
It was a
So there's a
CSI
new one, like,
episode with that shit. Where
Yeah?
they were doing it out in the desert.
Were they?
Yeah, and the
that
kid
might have
was
been
hallucin-
mescaline. It might have been peyote.
No, they smoked it. They had to smoke it.
Oh, okay, then it might have been salvia. Yeah, it's well, you know what, man? There's no reason to make any of these things illegal. The problem is when people find out that that's legal, they go, well, how come that one's legal and marijuana's not? And then it makes things tricky. So they have to try to make things illegal so that they don't have to make marijuana legal. They're in a real bad situation where, basically they're still running around saying that Santa Claus is real. I mean, that's what, by making marijuana illegal, they're saying Santa Claus is real. They're saying something ridiculous.
But your point about making marijuana legal, and you had some good points before when they were, we were talking. But where do you draw the line? Do you make cocaine illegal? Do you make heroin legal?
I think everything should be legal. This is what I think. I think if you're fucking dumb enough to do heroin, you should be able to do heroin. I believe in the laws of, I believe in social Darwinism. And I think we should have real education, and people should really know what's legal and what's not legal. And I think if you're going to have drugs like Valium and alcohol and all these other different prescriptions that are available, you should also have heroin. You should also have cocaine and tax them through the fucking roof. Tax them heavily and use that money for treatment centers and let people know what's good for you and what's bad for you.
But when you say if you're dumb enough to get it, okay, there's alcoholics that are brilliant. Okay, they didn't set out to become alcoholics. They drank alcohol. It was legal. It was social.
So you think alcohol should be illegal?
No. But I'm saying, you can't say only
easy to
dumb
say you're
people
dumb if you get
addicted. dumb people. It's
Okay, well, alcoholism is a little bit different because I think people, well, even heroin, I mean, heroin, apparently, if you smoke heroin once, or shoot it once, you're probably gone, right? Most people.
I don't, it takes a couple times. Yeah,
Does it?
Well, crack and heroin.
Crystal meth, all these different things. But we should know that. There should be, the lies that they tell about marijuana don't serve them in the truths that they tell about crystal meth, or the truth they tell about real problem drugs. And if you think that people should have free reign to drink alcohol whenever they want, which I do, if you think people have free reign to swallow 1,000, if you want to fucking swallow 1,000 sleeping pills and die, you should be able to. I mean, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. But we should be honest about what the effects of these things are. That's what I think. And I think, and if you're going to have a society where these drugs like Valium or any of these other crazy drugs are legal, you should have everything legal. Everything
make sure to regulate it.
Yeah, I mean, we're adults. Who is one grown adult to tell you what to do and what not to do with your life or your body, as long as you're a grown adult? Keep it away from children for sure. And educate everybody.
It's going to affect people that don't
for a
use
while.
It'll affect them.
It will.
What do you mean?
Well, first of all, if it's legal, the whole crime aspect is bullshit because it'll still be crime. Because whether it's legal or not, people still don't have money when they're addicted, so they're going to still rob and steal.
That's
so
a good
that whole
point.
crime aspect.
Do you think more people would be addicted if it was legal?
Yeah, you know why? Because if it's social, if it's okay at a party to put out a plate of cocaine, a person that's not as educated at that age, and kids at 15 and 16 think they're invincible. No matter how educated they are, they still think they're invincible.
Yeah, but they can still get it. There's no shortage of cocaine, and the real problem is the cocaine they're getting is all cut with speed and all kinds of other shit. At least if cocaine was legal, you'd get cocaine. You'd get real cocaine.
But here's the difference with that. You say they could still get it, but the person that isn't sure whether they want to do it or this or that, they're not going to go out and hunt for it. Okay? That person that's not sure, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, if it's right there and acceptable, it's easier for them to do.
Maybe.
Okay?
Well, you counter that with education. I think bottom line is, first thing, all plants should be legal. All of them. Whether it's salvia divinorum, whether it's marijuana, even cocaine. If you eat coca leaves aren't dangerous at all. It's no more dangerous than coffee. The way it's eaten in Peru, the way they chew the coca leaves, they actually get vitamins and minerals from coca leaves, and it's a better buzz than caffeine is, and it's not bad for you. It's a synthetic, processed version of cocaine that's cut with speed and all that other shit. That's where it becomes dangerous.
Well, coke, good coke, everybody says it's cut with speed. It's speed. If you're smoking it or shooting it, the speed is gone. Usually, you cook it out, and you got pure.
Well, you're going hardcore here.
Well, but that's
Rich
what it
Voss
leads to.
Taking it to another level. If you're shooting it, whoa. Well, when you got that needle in your cock.
Well, I don't know. It's such a debatable thing, and there's no. It's that legalizing or not legalizing. It's almost like.
Bad too. I don't know.
That is a problem. That's a big part of the problem. Yeah. But when I was a kid, man, I learned quick. I had a buddy of mine who was selling. He was selling coke, and him and his girlfriend would just do blow all day. He lost like 30 pounds. He looked like a fucking skeleton. He'd hide in his attic all day. Yeah. Just watch TV and do blow. And I looked at him and was like, fuck cocaine, man. That does that? Fuck that. People learn. You see people fucking up and you learn. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to learn from screw-ups in our environment. All right, it's the drug show here.
Every time I'm on, it turns into drugs.
What else we got,
comedy.
Do you want more drug guys, or you want to try some?
Let's see if someone's got a different.
Who has questions about rainbows?
About UFC stuff? Do you want to try that, Joe?
I had this discussion with my students. Yeah, put that guy on. The guy had this discussion with his students.
Dave from New York, go ahead.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, I'm a teacher, man, and I've had this discussion in my class, even with regard to when you were talking earlier about outlawing it and the economic effects of it. I believe that the government can even get rid of the drug trade here to a certain degree, or at least bring a lot of people to their knees, a lot of the big time kingpins, but that they choose not to because of the economic consequences of that. And I've had this discussion in my classroom with my kids, and it's been a great debate with them.
How old are your kids?
Well, I teach seniors.
Okay.
Yeah, seniors. They can kind of grasp the concepts. They kind of already know that they're getting fucked too. I mean, by the time you're 17, you kind of realize that your parents are just dummies who had kids.
Is there any really hot seniors that you're going? Come on, there's got to be some fucking hotties. You're going, oh Jesus!
Listen, honey, you want some coke after school? Come back.
In 2 years, in 2 years when you're out of school. No, where do you teach? What state?
Well, I'm in New York right now, but I just came from Florida, so I've been teaching in Florida for the past
Jesus
year and a half.
Christ. Florida seniors.
Now, what do the kids, how do the kids mostly feel? Are kids, like, there's a lot of kids that are saying that drugs are bad, or other kids saying that the government's lying? Like, what do 17-year-old kids feel about this shit?
They think that weed should be legal. You know, but the one thing that I've heard, too, through the grapevine, and, you know, all of us know what's going on with our students, a lot of girls now are sniffing coke as an appetite suppressant.
Really?
So, you know, and you were talking about education before. They know how bad the drugs are, but they feel that it's better to be thin and attractive for whatever reason.
Yeah, we got
a
a fat friend who smokes cigarettes for that, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian smokes cigarettes to stay skinny.
Yeah, so you gotta...
when you're 18 and white, you are invincible. And you're like, yeah, I know people get addicted, but I won't.
So
I am on
you're
top of the
white?
world.
You got
How do you know?
That's a big part of it, too.
How do you know what it's like to be 18 and
I
black?
had friends that told me.
How do you know what it's like to be 18 and black?
Oh, what do you mean? I don't.
Maybe they're invincible, too.
Yeah.
No.
Why did you say 18
No,
and
it
white?
starts at 9 when they're black.
Cops harass them and stuff. I watched. You never saw Boys in the Hood. Hello.
Here's the thing too. You got to educate these kids. You know, they think cocaine is gonna keep the weight off. You got to tell them, look, if you're gonna be anorexic, you got to do laxatives. You got to, you know, you can't. If you're gonna pick a disease and you want to have an eating disorder, do it right. Okay, you're gonna be a cross.
Bulimia is your choice.
Thanks a lot, dude. Thanks for calling in, man.
You're welcome.
Take somebody else, man.
Right. More drugs. Sure. Anthony from Virginia, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to call and agree with Joe on this, man. I mean, the fact is, if you ask anybody, if, you know, hey, buddy, you ever tried cocaine or you ever do cocaine, and they say, oh, no, I don't do that. Nobody says, if you ask them why they've never done it, they never say, oh, it's because it's illegal. People don't make choices about drugs based on legality.
That's a good point.
That's a real good point.
Yeah, I've never done coke just because it seems so fucking harsh.
Yeah.
So nobody I've ever asked. I mean, I've asked hundreds of people this question, and the same thing holds true. And Joe, to jump on your stuff a little bit more about this, I mean, if you could get some kind of leverage around, you know, trying to get some support around the drugs thing, all you'd have to do is say, look, let's legalize everything and use all the money that we create government-wise to fund education.
Yeah, but the problem is
parents behind it.
The problem is the money would go to the government. It's just like your taxes. Where the fuck does it really go?
Yeah.
I know. You know, you're always going to
How much education is there for alcohol abuse?
Yeah, like zero. Yeah, all that money that goes to tobacco. How much education is there to tell kids that tobacco's bad for you? It's like a fucking commercial. Every couple of years you see something. Just say no to
Thing you
smoking.
can possibly do.
Yeah, I mean, the cigarette numbers are really insane. If you think that the government is protecting you, alcohol is an herb. It's a plant. Just like marijuana is, except it's a plant that kills 500,000 people a year in this country alone, man. I mean, that's a crazy number.
I've done every single drug imaginable besides maybe like a heroin or crack, and I can tell you by far, alcohol, I've done more stupid stuff by drinking a couple of beers than anything I've ever done by doing shrooms or acid or any of the other things I've tried in my life. Alcohol by far is the worst.
Here's what I think. This weekend, if people are getting high or drinking and they come to Governors in Levittown or on that, it's not going to really bother me if they come Friday.
What if they're doing coke, Rich?
If they're doing coke, as long as they buy my DVD after the show.
What if they can't shut the fuck up? What if they're doing coke
I'm
and
gonna
they're
fucking
just
trash
jawing
them.
in the audience?
I know how.
Yeah, cigarettes are the fucking worst. It's the biggest killer, and it makes your pussy stink. So stop it.
I quit smoking almost 6 months ago.
Girls who smoke cigarettes, they always have like a weird smell of their pussy. It's always just this weird fucking funky disease. Like your body's fighting it off in every cell, and your pussy's not spared from that stink.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's in your yellow fingernails, and your skin's a weird gray color, and your pussy smells like death.
Have you ever smoked? Have you ever smoked cigarettes?
I smoked once when I was 15. I tried it. I didn't like it. I quit. I got a joke about blowjobs are way more addictive. I go, you get one good blowjob when you're 15, you're fucked for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Blowjobs just haunt you like a bad memory.
All right.
What we got?
Craig from New Jersey's got a question for Joe. Go ahead, buddy.
What's going on? Yo, first off, I'm pretty stoked that Opie gave you the reins, Joe.
Thanks, man.
You hate Opie?
Yo, so what's up with these lollipops? Like, are they worth it? Where do you get them?
Well, I get them in California. In California, they have these medical marijuana dispensaries. They call them wellness centers. It's hilarious. You walk into a fucking store. I mean, it's basically a store. You show them your prescription, and you buy weed. You know, and the place that I go to, you buy it with a fucking credit card. I pay for it with American Express.
buy just bags of weed. I buy pot soda, pot lollipops.
Pot soda
but you got to have the
gotta have a prescription.
But how do you get a prescription?
You go to the doctor. The doctor says, "What's wrong?" You say, "I get headaches." When do you get headaches? Whenever I think about the fact that pot's illegal. Bang! You got a prescription.
Really?
Yeah, it's that fucking easy. They're trying to give away prescriptions. My doctor's hilarious. He's this cool old black dude. He was an emergency room surgeon for 25 years. So he just saw fucking gunshot wounds and people getting run over by cars and shit. And now he just dispenses weed. And when you walk into his office, the first thing he says, "You look sick. You look sick, my man. You need some medicine. You need some healing. How about you, my friend? You look sick too. Sit down. I'm gonna be right with you." And he just like looks at you, man. Isn't weed a wonderful thing? Isn't it wonderful? Like, dude, it's the best, man. Would it be a better world if everybody smoked weed? Okay, it would be a better world. And he's just writing my prescription while he's saying that.
He really thinks it's like it's not harmful at all, and it's like, why shouldn't people have it if it'll help them out?
It's all it is. It makes people nicer. It makes people more relaxed, and all the prejudice that we have on it is all based on propaganda. Yeah, there's some fucking dumb stoners
and the good
out
thing
there,
about California,
but there's some dumb everything out there. There's all kinds of dumb people, and if you get a fucking retard high, they're still gonna be retarded. What's up, dude?
So how long do you think before Jersey's like California?
I don't know, man. People got to fight for it. The thing about California is it's the most progressive state in the country, so people have been fighting for it for a long time. And in 1996 is when they passed this Proposition 215 and made it legal. So they got to fight for it. There's 11 states right now that have medical marijuana, and it's growing. But you know what, man? It's not an easy battle because it's a battle of education. People even in California. There's a city near my house in Agora where they don't want it, so they booted it out and they passed a law. You can't have a medical marijuana dispensary in Agora. It's real weird because it's state legal, but it's not federally legal. So if anybody people complain, then the federal government, the DEA can come down on them. It's all fucked up, man.
When you say about marijuana, I don't know, whatever in jail. Now, these aren't just marijuana that's been busted with like an ounce or less that are doing.
No, a lot of it's dealers, But I mean, people get busted in certain states. You get busted with a joint, you go to fucking jail.
Yeah,
you go to jail for like 6 months in certain states.
No.
Yes, man. There's some zero
certain
tolerance
places
states.
Way harsher than other places.
Yeah, there's a lot of states that are living in the fucking 30s. They don't know what's going on.
Think about this too in terms of like when it's going to be in New Jersey, like legal or have. California was the first one to outlaw smoking inside.
Yeah.
And then how long did that take for New York to catch?
Jews never, chased Manhattan. These weren't Jew-run banks. But these people didn't have any knowledge, and they needed
You need
somebody.
an enemy, and it can't be yourself. It's got to be the one with the horn.
Well, you always got to point the finger.
It's too hard to look deep into things. So the first thing they hear is the thing that's going to stick. For most people, the first thing they hear is the thing they're going to remember. Yeah. It's real hard to look in and do a Google search and start reading articles on the internet and pick up a book and find out the history of it.
Yeah.
People don't do that. They hear one thing. Jew banker. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah. And it's great to have an excuse, too.
That's why I always got laid. The first thing I said to the girls, I'll never hurt you. And, that sticks. The first thing. I'll always be there for you.
What do you got, dude?
All right, let's get a girl in here. Wendy from Maryland. Go ahead.
Hi.
What's up, Wendy?
Hi, Joe. I just wanted to let you know, first of all, I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you, too.
I love watching you on UFC. I love it. But I have a question. First of all, I think you should run for president. I love your views.
Why do you want to get me to get shot?
No.
You would definitely get shot.
I would be president for about 13 minutes.
Unless you had a Jew vice president, you'll never get shot.
They've got that whole president thing wrapped up. There's no presidents anymore. The last time we had a president, he took a slow ride in a convertible through Dallas.
Yeah.
There's no presidents now. There's spokesmen for giant corporations. That's all it is.
True.
I mean, I think we need a big meteor to clean everything up.
My other question is, you have those suckers. Are they chronic candy suckers?
No. The chronic candy just tastes like pot.
Yeah,
this is made with pot.
Okay, because that's what I was going to say. I had those chronic candy ones, and they sucked. I did not like them at all.
No, those are disgusting.
Joe gave me my first pop, or whatever it's called, and I called him El Diablo for the next month because it seemed fine. It was like, I'm just looking, nothing's happening. You're like, easy on this. I'm like, whatever, fuck you, easy. I don't feel anything. And then I just started seeing my God and my devil fighting out for control of my soul.
People always want to claim machismo when it comes to pot. Like, dude, I'm fine. Like I told you, I fucked Charlie Murphy up, dude. I fucked that guy up. He wouldn't get high before he went on stage for the rest of the tour.
But also, it tastes like butterscotch.
Yeah.
That's never bad for you, butterscotch.
Well, if you've had those sodas too, right? I give you
The sodas. That was a good fucking all body buzz. It was really good. Tastes like crap though.
I got some stuff that'll rock you, dude. I got some little Listerine strips, those little things you put on your tongue. Yeah, like little breath strips. They're little strips.
Yeah.
You put it in your tongue, and all of a sudden you're on fucking Pluto.
It's called blotter acid.
No, it's called pot. It's called pot Listerine strips, man.
Where do you live in Maryland?
Cumberland. It's a small hick town. Yeah.
Do they have any? Is there a lot of pot there and stuff?
Yeah. Well, that's all there is to do here.
The problem is you never know what you're getting. You know, that's the thing about the medical marijuana thing in California is you know exactly what you're getting. You know what strain it is. You know, like, where it's coming from. You know the percentage of THC. You know, it's like they've got it down to a science in California.
Cops don't really care, too.
They don't give a fuck.
How bad is it in New York?
People, I don't think they care.
Like if you get
no.
See you?
I hosted the High Times Music Awards here. We did it at BB King's, and there was fucking weed passed around left and right here.
Really?
And cops are outside. I don't know how they did it. I don't know who they greased up or what. But the thing about California is it's so overwhelming. In San Francisco, there's twice as many medical marijuana dispensaries as there are Burger Kings. There's 40. There's 20 McDonald's rather. 20 McDonald's, 40 medical marijuana dispensaries. Yeah.
Well, they're adding more McDonald's now because of it.
They're not stopping. Cool. They won't stop.
You know what?
All right, thanks, Wendy.
I want to hear.
Thank you.
Is anybody
Thanks,
for
Wendy.
the making drugs illegal? Do you have any callers that way?
Oh yeah, you'll get called.
Not on this show. No.
Not yet.
Fucking Opie and Anthony, dude.
What are you kidding me?
Hear the other side.
Half these
really
people haven't left their basement in 3 years. What are you kidding me? They want to make treadmills illegal.
If you're gonna make drugs illegal, you got to make the dangerous ones illegal first, and no one's doing that. Alcohol and tobacco. Those are number 1 and number 2. Those are the fucking scary ones, man. Those are the ones that are killing people.
There's too much money behind that. You're not gonna.
Guys, want to take a quick break, and there's a bunch of UFC questions. You want to break and then go to those?
Those for Voss?
I don't need a break.
Yeah.
You need a break? Do you guys have to take a break?
No.
Then let's just keep going.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Right, switching gears. Let's go to Sean in New Orleans. Sean, go ahead, man.
Hey, Joe.
What's up, dude?
A couple UFCs ago, they had a dude with a caved-in chest.
Oh, yeah, that's Trey Telligman. Yeah,
and you didn't say anything. I was like, dude, you're a comedian.
Oh, no, I've talked about it before. He's fought a bunch of times in the UFC. He's a real good fighter. He actually got in a car accident when he was a baby. And, yeah, and he got really fucked up. And, you know, one of his pectoral muscles is missing and his chest is caved in.
He has no pectoral muscle?
Yeah.
And he can kill people?
It's real weird. Yeah, oh, yeah, he'll fuck you up.
Does he just not punch on that side? Or
no, he punches with both hands. He's a professional boxer.
So where does his power come from?
The punching is not actually from your chest.
It's your back?
Your chest is really to push things away from you. Punching is really from your back and your shoulders.
Okay.
That's the real muscles.
How does he get...
Like, if you look at, like, Roy Jones Jr., he's a real good puncher, never had a big chest. He doesn't have big triceps. It's all shoulders and biceps, you know.
If people get on
back.
top of him, can he not throw them off?
He can throw them off. I mean, he can bench press. He's just, you know, on that side, he's using more of his shoulder and you know, other muscles and triceps.
When you watch, like, the Ultimate Fighting, and like, if you watch a karate tournament, there's, like, so much more kicking, and the kicking looks more deadly. You know what I mean? In Ultimate Fighting, the kicking isn't as deadly as it is you know.
Sure, it is. Guys get knocked out. Let me tell you something. You get hit in the head. Boards. It's a little more difficult to land a kick because it's a little slower. And you know, it's a little more obvious. You see it coming. You use your whole body when you do it. But if a guy lands a fucking kick to your head, dude, you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys can take a good punch. There's very few guys who can take a kick to the head.
Well, a side kick or like that, you're talking, you know, a roundhouse to the head, you're talking, right?
Any kind of kick to the head, man. Most of the kicks that land to the head.
The knee to the head?
Yeah, flying knee, yeah. I mean, most of the kicks that land, I mean, if you land a foot and the guy's, like, moving away, you can get away with it. But if you get caught in the head with a fucking shin, like you get shin to the head, dude, that's like getting hit in the head with a baseball bat. I mean, the only thing that saves guys is the guy's kicking you is really tired, you know, and he's exhausted and he's not getting full energy into it, or, you know, you're moving away from the blow, but it's way more powerful to kick somebody. Just think about...
Yeah, it's 4 times as strong.
Yeah,
the legs.
The legs, and you're using your whole torso, and...
But it's just that I mean, years ago when I used to watch karate tournaments, or you would see, like, you know, a taekwondo tournament, whether it's pussy or this and that, and you'd see, like, a reverse roundhouse, and it was just so, you know, clean like that. You know what I mean? Just, you know, and the guys are sparring, and you see just back and forth, and it almost looks like a fucking, like it's orchestrated. You know what I mean? And then with Ultimate Fight, you'll never see like a reverse roundhouse.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Oh, you do?
Like a wheel kick or something, you do.
Yeah.
But the guys have to be really good at it. See, the thing about mixed martial arts is everybody's coming from a different discipline. A lot of guys are coming from wrestling. A lot of guys are coming from kickboxing. And there's very few guys that are coming from Taekwondo. But the guys who are coming from Taekwondo, if they know how to use that shit, there's a few kicks. Like my background originally was in Taekwondo. Most of Taekwondo is useless. But there's a few kicks that work. Like David Loazo's got a nasty spinning back kick. And he stopped Charles McCarthy with it in the UFC. And it's a fucking badass move, and very few guys throw it. But if a guy's good at it and he throws it and it lands, it'll fucking cripple you, man. It's like getting hit with a telephone pole in the middle of your chest. And then there's wheel kicks or a spinning heel kick. If nobody's doing those yet, but those will knock you the fuck out, man. If someone's good at it and they figure out how to do it, it's going to enter into the UFC. It's just going to take some time. The sport is evolving right now. Right now, what we're seeing is, step 3 or 4 in a multi-step process of this sport becoming, it's the sport of fighting, and there's a whole bunch of different ways to fight. And initially they thought, when the UFC was first around, well, it's only about grappling, man. If Royce Gracie gets a hold of you, he takes you to the ground. Well, guys figured out how to not get taken down to the ground. They figured out how to keep away and knock you the fuck out standing, like a guy like Chuck Liddell. So all of a sudden that became the way to fight. But there's going to be people that figure that style out too. There's going to be better kickboxers. There's going to be guys who figure out how to pull guard. It's a constant evolution, and it's a young sport. I mean, it's only been around in this country really as Ultimate Fighting since 1993.
I was, I don't know if I was what I was watching, but isn't there guys that just come in that don't have a martial art background that are just barroom brawlers?
No, those guys are fucked.
That was in the old days.
What was that?
That's it. I mean, Tank Abbott. I mean, everybody calls about Tank Abbott a barroom brawl. Tank Abbott's a serious wrestler. He knows how to wrestle. He's an athlete. He knows how to box. I mean, he's not an untrained fighter. He puts on this thing like he fights in bars, and he will fight in bars, and he does like getting drunk, and he does like doing that. But the bottom line is that guy knows how to fight. The reason why he fought in all those UFCs and did so well is because he knows how to fight. You can't just take a guy with no training who thinks he's a badass and fight, because it's like saying you don't know how to speak a language and someone teaches you a few words and you go run and try to have a conversation with someone. Not even have a conversation, but have an argument with someone. I mean, that's what it's like. These guys are so fucking good now. There's so many guys that are so good and so many there. What part of Florida are you at?
Thanks, man.
What part of Florida?
Where am I in Florida? I'm in Port St. Lucie.
What's that near? Is that near Miami?
West Palm Beach, Sebastian.
How far is West Palm? West Palm Beach is not that far from Miami, right?
That's not.
No.
Listen, you got to go an hour. American Top Team. If you want to get involved in the UFC, American Top Team is in Florida and is literally one of the best gyms in the country. There's maybe, 3 or 4 of the best gyms in the country. American Top Team is one of them, and it's run by this guy named Dan Lambert, who's this rich character who loves fighting. Put it together, and it's down there. I think they're in Miami, but I think you can go to just do a Google search on it and find them. But American Top Team is you couldn't get a better place to train. Some of the best trainers in the world there.
What do you think?
All right, thanks, man. Real quick,
dude.
Liddell or Ortiz, who's better?
Liddell. He beat him before, and Tito Ortiz is a good fighter. But if you look at their skill set, I mean, look, anything can happen. Tito might win the fight. I mean, you can never guess. I mean, fights are crazy. That's why they fight in the first place. But if you look at their two skill sets, Liddell's a better wrestler. His takedown defense is insane, and he's got sick knockout power. And he put Tito to sleep already, so he's confident. The only thing that's going to fuck him up is if he goes into this fight and he doesn't train hard. And believe me, the last person he wants to lose to is Tito, so he's going to train hard. But who knows, man? Anything can happen. And plus, Tito Ortiz has got Jenna Jameson power.
Hey, for like the average person that's not gonna
that's real.
For the guy that's not gonna compete, what's the best thing for him? Like for someone.
Well, if you're not going to compete, it depends on what you're doing it for. If you're doing it for exercise, I mean, some people like jiu-jitsu, some people like striking, they like boxing or Muay Thai. It's all in what you enjoy.
I like the jiu-jitsu because there's no real injuries.
Well, you get it. I've had 2 major knee surgeries. I've had 2 reconstructed ACLs. One of them's from Taekwondo, but 2 of them, I've had 3 knee surgeries, 2 of them from jiu-jitsu.
Really?
A meniscus tear and an ACL tear. I mean, you can get hurt. Sure, I've known a lot of guys. I've known guys break their arm, break their leg, break their ribs. Shit happens, but you don't get head injuries like you do sparring. When I used to kickbox, man, I'd go home and I have fucking headaches. You'd lie in bed and it sucks, man. Just sparring. You take shots and it's not even your sparring partner's fault sometimes. times. You walk into something, you know, he's trying to pull a punch, but you walk into a knee or something, man, and then your fucking head hurts. And the reason why your head hurts is because you got brain damage, bitch. And that shit's real, you know, and I prefer not to get brain damage. So I try to limit my striking, and I just do a lot of jiu-jitsu.
How about Krav Maga?
That's for fags.
Thank you.
Right. Found somebody with a dissenting opinion on the drug issue. Josh from Oregon. Go ahead, man.
What's up, Joe? Good to hear.
What's up, Josh?
Hey, I have just a little different take on the drug situation. Don't get me wrong. I love drugs. Fucking awesome. And from everything except, the heroin and the meth, all that shit, fuck that. But if we open it up to everything, the stipulation is just drugs are kind of legal or they're all illegal, it's completely fucked up. Because the whole masses as a whole will just take themselves under, just take themselves down. And that's the only problem with opening them up to be legal is that everybody would just not have that stipulation like, oh, I don't want to get caught, so we'll do it safely.
Well, I think you're a great example of how education is important in this country.
Well, he's your drug user. That's your lobby right there.
You know what I think, man? I think I don't want a fucking daddy. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man, and I don't want the government to be my fucking daddy. I think the government should be really, really small.
Wait, hold on a second. First of all, no one under 25 should have a conversation because they're not smart enough. Maybe legal at a certain age and up. Maybe legal at 28.
There we go.
Not 21. Maybe when you're 28 and above.
Yeah, 21.
26.
As soon as you're legal, as soon as it's okay for you to fight. If you can go to war and fight for your country, you should be able to get high and think about why you're going to war to fight somebody you never fucking met. You know, I mean, you want to do some mushrooms and think about the fact that we're having tribal war, and our tribe is sending us to another part of the world. I mean, that's a real problem with drugs, is that drugs would change all that shit. And that's what happened in the 60s. One of the reasons why they're so hard on drugs is because the culture of this entire country changed in the 60s. And it changed largely because of the consumption of psychedelics. Because of drugs, because of acid, because of LSD, and because of marijuana. I mean, that's what changed everything. And I think that's the reason why. See,
what was that guy's point?
The dissenting opinions, they're retards.
Yeah, the guy was building something in the background.
Yeah, but you're just saying...
I don't even know what you're talking about.
But you just said their opinions are retards, but he's high. He's a user.
Yeah,
so what side is he a retard on the against side, or is he a retard because he's a user?
He was a retard. Well, he wasn't a retard. He was this is what he was.
He was mentally retarded.
As you say so.
Technically,
this is what I say. I think he's probably a little buzzed when he called us, and he probably not used to talking on the radio and didn't come off as smooth as he wanted to. But the bottom line is he's wanting to be protected. You know, that's what the guy's saying. You open up the door and then everybody's going to do it. I don't want a daddy, man. Okay? And there's going to be dummies out there, and there's going to be people doing stupid shit. But you know what? You can't protect people from themselves. And I'm a liberal in some areas, but I'm a social Darwinist, man. And I think that, the only way evolution is ever going to really play out is if the weak fucking die off. And that's reality.
This is the thing with any laws, too. They raise the speed limit from 60 to 65. And they say, well, this will increase deaths by this much percentage.
Right.
They say, you know what? It's worth it.
Well, you know what, dude? They used to say that about women voting. Before they made... women have only been voting for less than 100 fucking years. And what they were saying before they allowed women to vote was, they used to say it would kill society. It would destroy society. You cannot let women vote. And when women started voting, what the fuck changed? Nothing changed. Nothing.
Go to a network meeting. No.
That's not women voting. What else
it just leads from one thing to another.
It does. All right.
You know Comedy Central won't let you use the word bitch?
Huh?
You can't say bitch?
First of all,
you can say fucking shit and they'll beep it. Bitch, you can't even use.
First of all, I have
Whoa, really?
Yeah, they said no gay bashing, no use the word bitch, and no rape or AIDS.
Dude, when we did the Man Show, and by the way, I know the Man Show sucked, and it was only partially our fault. Part of it was my fault because I was trying to do two shows at the same time, Fear Factor and the Man Show at the same time, and it was impossible. Then there was way too many battles to fight over there. But part of it was the fucking restrictions they put on us were ridiculous. It made no sense, and it was in the Janet Jackson nipple era where everybody was going crazy. But we had a game show that Doug and I tried to do called Make Me Hard, where we did stuff and the guy would have a box on his dick and a light would go off when he got a hard on. We couldn't call it Make Me Hard, but we could call it Make Me Stiff. That was like a serious argument that we had, where they sit down, we think hard is too much. It's too much. We want to Make stiff. Can you say stiff? What the fuck are you talking about? You're exchanging one word with another word that means exactly the same thing with no confusion whatsoever. It makes no sense. But they're all just trying to protect their job. They're all retarded.
Well, I have a pilot with them now, so I don't think anything they do is wrong. I think.
What's your pilot, Rich?
It's called The Best Man. It's fucking hilarious.
What's it about?
Wedding, like we'll go up, I'll be the host and there's a new co-host every week.
Yeah.
And the couples get married and we go interview them, hang out with the family. He'll be with the wives, with the ladies, and I'll be with any bachelor parties, softball game, whatever, and we're just spending time with them the whole. And then during the wedding we go up and roast the couple. We just
really? You find out a lot about them and then...
Yeah, we find out.
Dude,
the week is
regular people can't take that. Most people can't take that.
Well, then they don't sign on. It was, the pilot was so much... I did it with Patrice.
Is that the one I heard about where the executive wanted to come down and watch? Patrice lit into him.
How does everybody hear about everything in this fucking business?
Florentine.
Oh, Florentine. Can anything... It was so funny. And it just, it's so uncomfortable that, you go into, and if it,
That sounds like a good show.
Yeah, that could be really fun.
Has it been picked up, or?
When I finish, I gotta go finish it up, do some voiceovers and stuff. And
sweet. So it's gonna be called The Best Man?
Yeah.
Look for it, fuckers. What else we got?
Right. Bo in Tennessee. Go ahead, man.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
What's up, dude?
Hey, missed you on the last couple of UFCs, man. It just doesn't flow as well without you. But my question is UFC is just dominating as far as where boxing used to be, as far as popularity in a sport. Do you see like another brand coming up to compete with UFC? Because you look at like De La Hoya's fight coming up, he's getting paid like $40 million for this thing, and the UFC guys, I mean, some of them even have to work other jobs and can't train all the time. Do you see another brand coming up to compete with them?
Well, there's first of all, most boxers work other jobs. I mean, De La Hoya is not most boxers. Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell, those guys don't work other jobs, and they make millions. Yeah. But is someone going to come up to compete with the UFC? For sure. I mean, there's a bunch of different organizations right now that are coming up. Pride is starting to deep in the hole, and $44 million means you have to make $88 million. You have to, because you're in, I mean, that kind of money, you're in a 48% tax bracket, so you have to make twice that to make, to have that for profit. So these guys were deep in the fucking hole, and most people can't afford to get that deep in, so they bail out. Like, there's a company called the WFA. They're a huge organization. They have all these big money guys behind them, big plans. They put on one show in LA. It tanked. They lost a shitload of money, and everybody backed the fuck out. And they were supposed to have a show next weekend in Vegas, and the show's canceled. And now they've moved it to sometime in January. I root for all of them, dude. I hope they all make it. I want these fighters to be making shitloads of money. It's a fucking tough way to make a living, and that's all I'm concerned with. I want to make sure these guys can retire comfortably, and they don't have to fight like way past the time that they want to because they need the money.
Yeah, I got one more question. Do you see another weight class coming in between the 155 and 170?
Yes. You know what? I'm doing a new show. It actually starts, it airs tonight, I think. Is today Thursday?
Yeah.
It airs tonight at midnight on Spike. It's called Inside the UFC, and I'm hosting it. And we sit down with Dana White, and that's one of the things we talk about is weight classes. There's gonna be a 145-pound weight class eventually, and they're gonna make the weight classes smaller. Instead of a big jump between like 170 and 185, they're gonna figure out what to do, and they're weighing it out. But the real thing is it has to go past the Nevada State Athletic Commission and all the other state athletic commissions as well. It's not as simple as let's just decide to make guys who weigh 110 fight. I mean, you have to get that weight class approved by the athletic commissions. So
yeah,
it's kind of
Uriah
tricky.
Faber's coming over there, right?
What's that?
Uriah Faber?
Yeah, Uriah Faber. Yeah, he was hanging out at the last UFC, and hopefully he'll be fighting over there. Yeah, there's a perfect example of a guy who's a great fighter, but he's not quite big enough to fight 155. But he's fucking awesome at 145. And there's a bunch of guys: Jeff Curran, Ivan Menjivar. There's a bunch of great guys who fight at 145, and I would like to see that weight class open up.
I'm good friends with Rich Clemente, and it just 155 didn't suit him, and 170 is kind of too big for him. So it's an in-between for him, so.
Yeah, that's another good example. That guy should be fighting like 160 something, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I appreciate it, Joe. Thanks a lot.
All right, dude. Take it easy, man.
I met these guys that I wonder if they do this around the country. I guess they do. They were called the Fight Club, and they get together every Saturday or Sunday
and beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, but they're really. They're doing they're doing everything. They got weapons. They're doing
weapons.
Yeah,
weapons.
They're teaching. They're teaching and fighting, teaching each other and fighting. There's one day.
Do they fight with the weapons?
I didn't see that part. But they were there. The weapons were there. The sticks and whatever. Whatever. But these dudes were killers. I'm telling you. They were, there was one, he was so big, and he showed me it, I go, just show me something. He took like that. I'm small anyhow, but they just practiced. And this was, some of them were just so, the average looking guy, maybe one was a little overweight. They're the kind of guy that, if they cut in front of you in line, you'd say something to them, and they could kill you in the blink of an eye. Or if they cut you off in a car, you give them, you don't even know what half of these killers look like. And these guys were killers.
Well, there's a lot of guys who fight in the UFC that don't look that scary. And you look at them, they look like average-sized guys.
Boss doesn't look...
Boss?
Good.
Did you say Boss?
Yeah.
Boss Rutan?
Yeah.
Boss Rutan looks like a fucking killer. Are you crazy?
Really?
If you saw Boss Rutan, you talk shit to him? Guy's a fucking
I don't
animal.
Anybody, but in clothes?
His neck is as big as your fucking waist.
Maybe
He's got a
I'm
shaved
wrong,
head. He's covered with tattoos. Tattoos on the palms of his fucking hands. And you look in his eyes, you see straight psycho. Boss Rutan.
Is that a better example?
He's talking about former UFC heavyweight champion, this guy Boss Rutan, former king of Pancrase, probably one of the most brutal strikers ever to fight in MMA.
If you have a tattoo,
didn't think he'd look that big.
If you have a tattoo above your neck, don't fuck with that guy.
All right, anybody can get a tattoo above your neck.
Yeah, but usually they don't care. They have nothing to lose.
Well, when you get choked out and you have a tattoo above your neck, you look even stupider.
That's funny.
You get tattoos on your face, like the game. When you like to choke out the game, I like to get that dude's back. Your little LA on your face, motherfucker. Go to sleep. Hey, look, all you have to do to get a tattoo in your face is go to a tattoo artist and be dumb enough to get a tattoo in your face. It's not.
Those are people that don't think about the future.
Yeah, that's a
those
problem.
Guys aren't accountants.
Were you there when we ran into those fucking guys in San Diego with Bobby Lee? You weren't there. It was me and Jimmy Schubert and Bobby Lee. This fucking guy had these tattooed tears in his face, and Jimmy Schubert was trying to pick up his girl, and we almost got killed.
His girl?
Yeah, we almost got killed.
God, that guy's a dick.
I'm like,
pussy.
the guy's got tattoos on his fucking face.
Teardrops.
Yeah, what more does he have to lose?
He's not a clown.
Yeah.
He's not a
Either that guy's a killer or he's really sad.
Yeah.
Either way, leave his girlfriend alone.
He's not a clown. He looked like a fucking straight killer. He looked like he just got out 20 minutes ago.
Most tattoo guys, when they have them on their face, they are pretty tough. Not.
Yeah,
or at
70%.
least reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
least reckless.
So that whole thing,
unless they have like lips, like they tattooed a kiss.
Well, if you see a guy with a tattoo of the leprechaun, the Fighting Notre Dame Irish, you don't worry about him.
Yeah.
All right? Or the Tasmanian Devil, all right, hack. That's a hack tattoo. But when you see a guy with spider webs on his elbow, okay, or a tear,
yeah, that's why it doesn't look cool.
Or the SS signal, the SS on his hand, maybe you should back off.
Have you ever watched felony fights? You ever watch some of that shit on the internet?
Like in jail? Fight?
No, they take these guys who just got out of jail and they have them fight, and there's fucking no rules. They fight in like a fucking orchard, like in
really?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. They fought in like some dirt field. And this one guy got out of jail covered in tattoos, and this fucking Mexican guy beat the fuck out of him.
Really?
One guy didn't know how to fight, and one guy did. And there's no rules, and they don't stop the fight. So the guy was out cold, and this Mexican guy is dropping knees on him while he's out cold, like throwing his whole body weight down on him. Bang! Over and over again. Bang! And the guy's making the most disturbing noise. The guy who was unconscious is going... Like his body is just fucking... Because when you get knocked out, it's basically like your brain is just short-circuited and sent an electrical charge through your system. So all of his system is firing all fucked up all at once. And he's making all these crazy noises, and he's stiff because it's not regulated, man. Is that the fight? That's it.
That's a trailer from Felony Fights.
Oh, that's a trailer for Felony Fights.
There's 3 people going at once.
Oh, there's some of them. I mean, but the one that I saw, I've seen a couple of them, but the one that I saw, this one white guy and this Mexican guy, and the Mexican guy knew how to fight, and the Mexican guy beat the fuck out of this white guy.
Is that Tracy Morgan?
Yeah, Felony Fight. It's crazy. Someone's gonna die in that.
I gotta start going to these sites. I don't know these sites on the internet. I gotta start finding. Look at that. That's all night. You can watch that stuff.
How can you not know that these
real
sites,
fights.
these guys beat the fuck out of each other. Bare knuckles.
What do
no
they get?
rules.
Money?
I guess they probably pay him. You know, they must give him something.
Yeah. Oh my! Look at that.
Yeah, dude. You don't even know because they don't stop the fights. The guys are unconscious and they get smashed.
Well, they don't have to pay for refs.
They pulled this guy off eventually, but he had already dropped like 3 or 4 knee. I mean, talking about his whole body weight, like leaping up in the air and then dropping a knee on this guy's fucking face.
They just go to some corner.
This is in the street.
Yeah. Oh, they fight everywhere, dude. They do it in parking lots. The one that I saw was like in an apple orchard. These guys are in between trees beating the fuck out of each other.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
Tattoos on his knees.
Look at these guys. Look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is hard to listen to. What else we got? Look at. People driving their car. Look at what, fuckface?
I thought they were all on the internet.
XM sucks. This is bullshit.
It's hilarious.
I got the bad version.
Oh, this is exciting radio.
We got anybody else calling?
We're going to do some magic tricks now.
Dave from Tennessee, what's your question?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
What's up, dude?
Hey, listen, I mean, I love the UFC. I do. But I think it's just gone too commercial. I mean, back in the day when it first started, they would fight 3 or 4 times a night. I mean, that was fighting, men of men there. Now, I mean, but you kind of summed it up a few minutes ago. You said that they were in the hole. Now I kind of understand why they had to, change a few things and make it more commercial. But, I mean, I just really enjoyed it when they, they would get in there fighting, like I said, 3 or 4 times a night sometimes.
It's kind of interesting, but as an athlete, as a fighter, it's the worst way to do it because those guys, if they're fighting 3 or 4 times a night, man, like we've seen it in Japan. Japan still has tournaments. Pride, they'll still have they have their the middleweight Grand Prix and the heavyweight Grand Prix where they make guys fight twice in a night, and you get fucked up, dude, and you got like an hour to recover. And guess what? If you break a foot or you break your shin or your hand, you're not going to be able to fight good in the next fight. You're not going to be able to fight as well. So you're getting guys. Well, yeah. They get hurt real bad, then they have to fight again. So they don't get to put on the best performance. And it's not fair because one guy can win a fight in 10 seconds with one punch, and the next guy can fight a...
I mean, yeah, I've fought some smaller venues. I mean, I understand it does take a lot out of you. But, there's a few changes, like they went with the gloves. Now, I understand that's, to protect our hands. There was a lot of broken, fingers and whatnot, at the beginning. But, I mean, what I'm saying is, are they forcing them to do that, to put the gloves on, and and also they went to rounds. It was kind of fun to just watch them go and go and go until there was a winner.
Well, it's there's something to be said for having guys fight with no rounds, for sure. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I mean, if you want to look at it as like just a regular fight, yeah, I mean, have a fight to the finish. No rounds, no judge. Just like one guy taps out or doesn't. And you know what? That would be kind of interesting if they had fights like that every now and then. The problem is, for the athlete, man, I mean, you get guys that are real close to each other's skill level, and you fight, you having guys, I mean, Royce Gracie fought Sakuraba in Japan. They fought for 90 fucking minutes, man. And you have these kind of fights where, and you take some serious injuries, man, and you can't fight again. You might not be able to fight again for 6 months or a year. I mean, and you might not ever be the same guy again ever. You might take, two guys might have a decision, and they might fight to a decision loss, but both those guys are ruined. Both those guys, they might have ripped ligaments and get fucking brain damage and break their hands and fuck their eye sockets up. You can get really badly damaged, and we have to think about it as like, if a guy like Chuck Liddell, I want to see that guy fight like every few months. I want to see him fight every 5-6 months or whatever it is. He's not going to be able to if you fight like that. If you fight like as long as, we wanted to in the old UFCs where they had no time limit, there's no way these guys are going to be able to fight very often. You got to think about the health of the athletes, and to protect the athletes, I think the rounds and all that other stuff, I think it's a good thing. And I think giving these guys 5-minute rounds and then letting them recover for a minute, it makes the fight more exciting because they have more energy when they come back and they have more enthusiasm when the second round, third round starts. But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
The whole thing about money you're talking about. Once the guys that went in debt, $44 million. You need sponsorship. You need endorsements.
Well, not only that, pay-per-view they have a window. They have a 3-hour window in pay-per-view. And man, you can have a fucking 3-hour fight with some of these guys. Oh, yeah. I mean, 2 guys that are really evenly matched. Fuck, man. Especially if they know there's no time limit, they might really pace themselves. And it could get boring as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Yeah, maybe I'm just being a little bit selfish, but it was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch, man. You could always just rent the DVDs.
Yeah, boss, wipe your mouth off. You're slobbering.
Are you talking to me, bitch? Hold on. Did he hang up?
He didn't have his headphones on. I said, wipe your mouth off. You're slobbering.
That's okay. I'm slobbering on the radio.
How did you know without your headphones on that he was talking about you?
Because I'm the only slobber in the room. All right? Nobody else is spitting when it's like a Gallagher concert when I talk.
What else we got, dude? Are these
Rick.
all fighting questions?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's how crazy the UFC is, man. You talk about weed and drugs, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Rick, California, go ahead, man.
Wait, hold on, Rick. You don't have any questions about how to get to governors of Levittown? Or
Not a one.
Those questions?
It's like the LIE.
Let me check the instant feedback. No, none there either. Rick from California, go ahead.
Ray, probably?
Sure, you.
What's up, dude?
All right. Hey, what's going on, One? Joe, got a question for you. I've always when I first started watching UFC, I always liked watching it because it was, you got to see all different kind of styles and everything. It just, I think recently it's kind of gone towards maybe not recently, but it's a lot more wrestling than anything. These guys try to put themselves on the ground as fast as they possibly can, and there's nothing to actually sit there and. You can watch them wrestle, but that's about the length of what you can do, as opposed to K1.
Which fights are you talking about, man? There's more stand-up in the UFC than anything.
Yeah, I think it didn't go to the ground enough.
Well, I don't know, because I love watching K1. K1 is nothing but stand-up fights.
K1's great.
They call it.
K1 is great, man, but there is K1. I mean, it's still an option. You could always just watch K1 if you don't like watching the ground.
No, that's fine, but what I'm trying to do is I really want to enjoy UFC, but it's just like I said, you sit there and watch them. 30 seconds into the round, they're on the ground wrestling, and then they're, that's as far as you can.
What's your name? What's your name?
Like after a little bit of that, you just kind of tune it out. Just like, okay, get up now and swing some punches. That's what I want to see.
What's your name?
Ray.
Ray?
Yeah, Ray. This is Opie. Do you listen to the show a lot, Ray?
Sure, boss.
Oh,
Well, dude, I hear what you're saying, but I disagree. I think I like watching the whole thing. I like watching all the options, but a lot of those really good K1 guys, they're starting to bleed over into mixed martial arts. Mirko Krokop was probably one of the best guys, if not the best guy in Pride, next to Fedor. I mean, that guy is a top K1 striker, and he's fighting MMA now. And Jerome Labanner's on his way over. Peter Ertz, a lot of those guys. Mark Hunt, he's fighting in MMA now in Japan. So we're gonna see a lot of those guys. We're gonna see a lot of those K1 guys eventually make it into the UFC.
Oh, that's cool. Like I said, I've always respected UFC. It's just, it's like I said. It's
all right, shut up. We heard you.
Hey, everybody's different, man.
Get rid of him. He said the same thing 10 times.
Cool,
shut up.
I'll punch out.
All right, dude.
I like how that guy
all right, 10
was
times
didn't want to hurt your feelings. It was like,
why is it hurt?
Sure, boss.
Well, because he came on, he goes, "Hi, Opie and Anthony." Didn't he say that?
Yeah, he just said hi.
That's the kind of guy I don't want to go to Amazon and buy my DVD. Okay?
Do not go buy it for $19.95 at Amazon.
What's the DVD called?
Huh?
What's the DVD called?
You stink, huh? What's the DVD? It's called Voss.
Voss?
Yeah, Dugout Doug, go fuck yourself. I got a text from some guy or a message. Now whenever I look at the Mary Tyler Moore statue, I'm going to feel dirty. I didn't jerk off on the statue, you idiot. I fucked it, okay? Who would the
statue? That's hardcore.
What else we got?
Pam.
Oh, is that a new tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Hold on, Pam.
That looks good, man.
50 hours worth.
This is
how long did that take?
Like visual.
50?
Did you hang up on her?
50 hours.
This is visual radio, everybody. Joe just got a tattoo.
His arm is sleeved. That looks good. That's some nice work right there.
Thank you. Aaron Delavadova, GuruTattoo.com.
A lot of people don't know is that they were going to bring back Fear Factor, but then he got this tattoo.
I got his tattoo, so they can't bring it back.
And then they canceled it. They said,
no,
we're done.
No. What do we got?
This was Pam from West Virginia.
What's up, Pam?
Hey, Joe. How are you?
How you doing, sweetie? I love that accent.
I've got one hell of a question and a job for you, buddy.
A question and a job? I don't want a job.
Yes, you do. We need UFC in West Virginia.
No, you need to get the fuck out of West Virginia. That's
you also need teeth out there.
That, will you?
Why do you?
My husband that. He's driving truck right now, listening to you on the radio.
Oh, hey, dude. Well, whatever. I mean, West Virginia. I'm just talking shit. I've been there before. It was actually kind of nice. We did a Fear Factor home invasion in West Virginia.
Did you?
Yeah. People were very nice.
I've been fishing.
They're nice, but we lived back in the 30s where you marry your brother. And
did you marry your brother? Is your brother out there driving a truck right now?
Yes, he is.
Hell yeah.
We were in
But we want UFC here really bad. What can we do?
Well, they are currently working to try to get it sanctioned in all the states, and they have a gang of lobbyists that are working exclusively for the Ultimate Fighting Championship right now and going all across the country trying to legalize it in all sorts of states. I know we're going to Ohio this year. I know we're going to England, which is obviously out of the country, but we're going to be going to Atlantic City, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. They're working on that, and they're working on doing it in a bunch of different states. But it's going to be all across the country eventually.
That's cool.
Good. I hope so, because we love it. And I got to meet Randy Couture in March of this year. And
Did you get
what
moist?
a man.
Did you get moist?
Did I? No, I cried like an idiot.
You cried when you met
I
him?
cried, yeah.
Wow.
I
Why'd you
cried.
cry?
I was just so excited.
Uncle's name was Randy.
Randy Couture is one of those guys. Is just an honor to meet that guy. Just
Oh,
fucking
it
coolest,
is.
nicest guy you could ever want to meet, and he'll beat
He
the
is.
fucking
What
shit
kind
out
of
of you.
crying did you do? Did you
How you
like
doing?
bawl, or was it like a happy
No,
cry?
I couldn't. The tears just started rolling down my face, and Randy looked at my husband, and he said, "Is she going to be okay?"
Wow.
He said, "That is so sweet." He said, "I've never had anybody cry like that before."
Wow. That's cool.
I had a good West Virginia
How are your
story. It's
husband?
very,
What's the-
very, very racist.
All right, thanks, Pam.
I was
Okay,
working out.
thank you.
I was working in West Virginia. It's very racist. And me and this comic were playing golf. Folks, if you have any golf questions, I can answer them. I play a lot of golf. Anything you want to know about golf. And we're playing golf. So we're playing on this court. I don't know if you played golf, right, Ari?
I play golf, yeah, I play.
Okay, you know when sometimes you play, it's a 5-hour round, and you have to wait every shot.
Every
And there's
fucking
nothing you can do because there's too many people out there, and they're slow.
It's old
right?
people, yeah.
There's a lot of, whatever, old or bad or just slow. So we're playing this course in West Virginia, and it's me and a comic, and they put us with two other guys, and it's slow. And it's a group in front of us of Afro-Americans.
Afro-American? What are you, fucking
I
Kramer?
gotta get to the thing.
.com. It's not my website, but it's this guy's website. It's a Christian parody site, which is it's really fucking badass.
All right, I got one other question. Mr. Rogan, I watch all the UFC fights. Can you do pap, pap, pap for me real quick?
Pap, pap, pap? What?
Yeah, just, like when they get hit, that's what you do?
He was like, bop, 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 and he got hit.
There you go. All right, guys, have a good day.
What the fuck?
Not only do I play golf, I do a lot of clothes shopping. And like, I'll wear mostly designer stuff like True Religion or
Diesel? You got a nice Diesel shirt
I got
on there?
Diesel, I got True
Also, keep
Religion
in mind, there's two
jeans.
Jews here, so if you have any Jewish questions,
Yeah, feel
yeah.
free to ask a Jew.
That's just ask a Jew.
It's crazy how this fucking UFC thing is
It must
fucking
be.
nuts,
I've
man.
watched it on. Is that the? See, I don't want to fuck this up.
no, it's
What?
not Spike.
Is that the one on Spike?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, how crazy
But-
is it? This is all the questions we're getting. It's all
Yeah.
UFC. That's how fucking nuts it is. I don't hardly ever get asked Fear Factor questions anymore. It's just UFC.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man.
All right, this guy's been on hold for 2 hours.
Really?
No?
Yeah, Chris, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Joe? I love you on UFC. I like the things you write on your website, especially Hell is for Children. That was a good read. But I never
Thanks,
seen
man.
your stand-up. Sure, I never seen your stand-up. I'm dying to go to your show, but I'm kind of broke right now. I was wondering if you could hook me up with
Dude,
some
did you? If you waited online for 2 hours, I'll hook you up.
I did.
All right, man. You got 2 tickets. We'll get your name and your information, and I'm going to leave 2 tickets for you at the door. What show do you want to come to? What night?
Yeah, we'll put him on hold and work out the details.
Where's he from?
You are from the New York area, right?
Yeah, I live in Jersey.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah,
Buddy,
we'll
we're
put you on
gonna
hold.
let it down.
That's persistent.
Yeah, that's good. And a lot of times I like to go to
Fucking guys,
garage sales and I remodel furniture I'll buy.
Do you?
So yeah, I
Do you
used
strip
to.
it down?
I
Like,
strip
what do
it
you
down.
do? Sand it?
Sand it, revarnish it. I bought this armoire for $18.
Armoire.
Whatever the fuck. It's an armoire. Oh, armoire. Oh, thank
How
God.
do you say it, Ari?
Armoire.
Thank God.
Armoire?
Thank God.
I grew up with money.
O&A's not here to fucking trash me on that one. Whatever. $18 and I remodel it and turn it into an entertainment center. See, that's the kind of little, that's the things.
That's
I know.
ingenuity.
Do you do that for real?
I used to, yeah. Because I used to remodel houses and shit like
Did you
that.
have to get
So,
money for crack?
What's that?
Did you get money for crack?
No, for crack to get money, you
Suck dicks.
well, you don't let it go past your teeth. That way you're not gay. You just,
I'm not really sucking dick. Chicks don't get the dick sucked; they get trick sucked. Did you ever see that chick? Pimps. It was one of those Atlantics. What is it?
It's all about horror.
Hookers on the
It's
Point.
like a true Hollywood story about
What was on
hookers.
the HBO? What the fuck is that?
that Hunts Point.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Was it about Atlantic City?
I think it was
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Hookers.
Yeah.
And none of them look like Pretty Woman.
Oh, she was.
Let's get that right out of the way.
She's like, chick don't get the dick sucked; they get chick sucked.
She was angry. Angry at her people
She
who
had
give her money.
sunglasses on, a wig. They don't get their dick sucked. They get chick sucked. And if you ever been in Atlantic City, you don't want to fuck anything in Atlantic City.
No.
Atlantic City's disgusting.
Yeah.
The girls down there, oh my
Trick suck,
God.
by the way,
the worst
is when
hookers
you
ever.
Oh, yeah, they're
put
bad.
the top of your mouth on a cock and then just
Yeah.
rub it with
If you
yeah.
can't fuck a normal girl that you meet in Atlantic City, give up. Don't go to no escort
Atlantic
services.
City ain't a place you're going to get some pussy.
Yeah.
Believe you
They have
me.
good carny pussy, though.
I'll tell you one thing. You'd rather fuck a bowl of hepatitis than fuck these hookers there.
I pictured a glass bowl. I don't know what you pictured. I pictured like one of those
big one. It was
big
definitely a
glass
big one.
bowls that your grandmother would put a fucking salad in.
You just fuck it and watch yourself deteriorate.
A bowl of hepatitis.
All right, that's the old
Wait,
O&A 2-minute warning.
We did 2 hours and it went by.
That was
like,
fucking fun, man.
See, I'm telling you. A lot of people don't know that even without Joe, Rich Voss can carry his own radio show.
Rich Voss is a bad motherfucker, ladies and
Give him a
gentlemen.
show in Philadelphia.
And
Philly.
still, one of my best comic moments ever is Rich Voss telling that fucking Robin Givens joke on stage. You can say it now.
Yeah,
What-
say
say
it.
the-
Say it
this
right.
was
You got about a minute.
we did this on the terrestrial show, but we were in Dangerfields. This was fuck at least 10 years ago, more than that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 15 years ago. And Voss tells this joke downstairs, and I talked him into saying it on stage.
After Mike Tyson, after broke up, him and Robin Givens broke up, I found out that Robin Givens went out with Eddie Murphy, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson. Is it me or is she a nigger lover? That was the joke.
So he says this on stage. He was killing up to this point, and nothing. They fucking stare at him. And all you hear